Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so we had some technical difficulties. I kind of switched my audio device and then Marty couldn't hear me or I couldn't hear him or something. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to try that again. Welcome to the second episode of Tech Over Tea. I am your host, Brody, and this is someone who was supposed to be on for the first episode and it just didn't work out because he was busy. Welcome to the show, Marty.
Thank you. It's generally what happens when you decide to move house in the middle of a fucking cement.
That would be a bit of pain, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's... especially... Oh, the whole, Friday that I moved into my new place. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now that everything's working, I love the place that I'm at. It's absolutely amazing. The place that I got was furnished, and, I got my own balcony. There's only one problem at the moment. The hot water service is so scuffed. It doesn't actually work. So, at the moment, I'm trying to get onto the landlord and be just like, yo, you sold me a scuffed fucking apartment, please fix it. And he's not returning my calls.
Yeah, no, that's good luck with that one. I've never had any luck with landlords, that's for sure. They've always except for the ones I've gone through with private rentals. Private rentals are generally better, but then you don't have any security whatsoever. I said security.
Nice.
You don't have any security whatsoever going through private rentals, but generally you can at least get in contact with them and, stuff can get fixed.
I mean, yeah, luckily for us, we also have a real estate agent who handles everything on behalf of the landlord. So I kind of I like to go to the landlord first, but if I have to, I'll go to the real estate agent, which is what we're doing at the moment. So yeah, it's just another case of abuse everyone until someone answers.
That might work, but eventually you're going to run to someone who you probably shouldn't be abusing.
I mean, yeah, but if you're in... See, the thing about abusing people, or at least for me, if you're within your rights to abuse them, then do it. Just fucking do it. Oh, excuse my language. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I couldn't work it out with Connor whether we were going to swear on the show or not, but he was just like, whatever, we'll just do it, and then I just went with it. So... whatever. This is going to be a LBRY first show anyway, so it's not really a big deal.
Ooh. Thank you for that. I've been meaning to make my own account on LBRY, and now I'm actually going to do it now that I have internet.
Yeah, I'm just shilling this service to everyone to get a chance to. It's not just because I'm making a lot of money from it, it's also because it's a good service.
Yeah, from what I've looked into it, which isn't a lot, but from what I've seen, it's pretty cool. And their whole thing is, when you go to the website, is congratulations, you're now free from censorship. It's
there's definitely some problems with it. One of the things that happened recently, they added reposts in. So the way that reposts work are basically the way that retweets work on Twitter. So it still says the original poster, but it also says this was reposted by so-and-so. The problem that's happening right now is it's actually, when you get the notification emails that say people have uploaded stuff, it actually says the person who was reposted uploaded that video, even if you're not following that person. So you'll get emails saying, here's a new video from this random channel you're not actually following, which needs to get fixed, but they're working on it.
I mean, it's all a work in progress.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Kind of have you been following neobanks?
Neobanks?
Neobanks. So they're banks that don't actually have a physical location. They have a head office and stuff, but they don't have any branches or anything. It's all done via an app.
Oh, the one that you were trying to get me to join.
The one that I shill, yeah.
Yeah, and then I just didn't end up doing anything with that. What was it called again?
Yeah. Up.
They're, right.
Yeah. They're pretty cool, and yeah, I shield them, and they all of the neobanks, or at least at the moment, have better interest rates than actual solid banks. So there's something that you should look into. I love them. The one that I'm with, Up, as I said, I shield it to you and a lot of other people. Their roadmap is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
and they have So you know how Pay ID works, right? Just hold that thought for a second. Sorry, just whacked a spider.
Oh, okay. I didn't look. Wait, you're on campus right now, aren't you? Why are there just spiders roaming around?
because this fucking room hasn't been used in like 3 months?
Oh,
No,
you're in the club room, are you?
Yeah, when did the semester end?
November? October?
Because so we had like our last thing in here on December 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this room hasn't been used for like a couple of months. That's why. So
that would explain it.
Yeah. Yeah. So like they've just reached the part of their roadmap. So you know how, like, you know what Pay ID is, right?
I'm aware. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah. So they allow you to. So they allow you to Pay ID using a custom name that you set, not like your mobile or an email.
Right.
And it's pretty neat. I'm not sure how they've done it. I'm not like that well versed, but like I said, it's pretty neat.
On that note, have you been paying any attention to what's been happening in the crypto realm?
No, not really. I really, like, for all the investing stuff that I do, I really need to pay more attention to crypto, because crypto is one of the fronts that, like, it's one of the most volatile, but it's also like where you can make some good profit. But please go on.
I'll send you a link, but it's something to do with Visa actually getting involved with it. I'll see if I can find it. But I've been investing a bit in crypto lately, not a ton. I've got a mate at work who got me into it. He's got like, I think he said something stupid like 20 grand or something in Ripple.
Fucking hell.
Let's see, here we go. So Coinbase has partnered with, I think that link should work if I didn't do it wrong. Anyway, Coinbase has partnered with Visa to do a crypto credit card, basically. So,
this is huge.
So basically,
that was page not found.
Oh, I didn't post the link properly then. Just Google Visa crypto credit card and you'll find it. But basically, what it's going to be is a credit card that automatically converts your the crypto you have on it into the currency for the countries that it's available in. So it's not available in the US, but I think the European Union has it, Canada, and a couple other places. So I think this is going to be... It's a really, like... So it's one thing to use something like Bitcoin as a store of value, but store of value I don't really think holds... I don't think most people are going to care about it, but if you're going to increase liquidity like that and make it so it's actually something that people can easily spend, I think that that's really going to help actually boost up the prices.
So, yeah, no, if this actually goes ahead, this could be huge. Or it has the potential to be huge, even, like, as it is.
I think if I remember correctly, it supports the, like, 5 major coins, so... That would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, and someone's gonna hate me for not remembering what the 5th one is.
Dogecoin.
It's not Dogecoin. I think it's Bitcoin Cash.
Dare you?
I think Bitcoin Cash. That sounds right. But it also supports BAT, which is, if you've used Brave before, the token you get from using that browser.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm still a Chrome scrub.
Oh, you're still using Chrome?
Still, yeah.
Just try out BAT. It comes with a built-in ad blocker, and it gives you free money.
Wait, what browser was this? Sorry.
Brave.
Oh yeah, one of my friends uses it, and do they have like referral codes for, like, so if someone recommends it to you? I think that was what he was saying. Like, one of his friends was using it, and he gave him a referral code.
Oh, there probably are. I haven't spotted them though, so.
Oh, fuck it! I'm gonna. You know what?
You can download it right now.
Day. I'm gonna download Brave.
Well, yeah, we're shilling up. We're shilling Brave. Let's just keep going with it.
Subscribe to Brody's channel on LBRY.
Oh god, that's gonna ruin the audio levels. Lucky I don't have them set up to be automatic. That would be a real problem.
Yeah. Oh, the first thing that came up when I said Brave was the movie.
Oh, yeah. Look up Brave Browser or Brave Chromium.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like about Brave is it's not a problem with Brave, it's a problem with Chromium. I'm not a big fan of running Chromium apps, and the reason for that is because Google is effectively taking over the web standard, and they are at the point where they can say, Like, so in the early 2000s, Microsoft were doing dumb things with Internet Explorer, but no one cared because no one ran Internet Explorer. But Google is in the opposite position. They have almost a complete ownership of the web browser market share, so they can do whatever they want.
That's yeah. I don't mind Chromium, but to be honest, I'm all for just doing dumb shit. Let's all go back to using Edge and Internet Explorer just to watch Google sweat. That would if we could get enough people to do it.
Just to watch what?
It would just to watch Google sweat.
Oh, just to watch Google sweat. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, because as I said, everyone uses Chrome or a Chromium app.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure even Edge now uses Chromium.
Yeah, the Edge Chromium build came out fairly recently, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, fuck it, we should go back to Internet Explorer 11 and get everyone on that we can, because, just to stick it to Google.
No, just what I want is a Firefox build of Brave. If there was a Firefox build of it, I would not have any interest in using anything else. Because right now, there's really only three... There's technically only three web engines. You've got... Actually, four. So you've got Firefox, you've got Chromium, you've got Safari's fork of the Blink engine, which is what Chromium was built on, and then you've got the other one, the I think it's GTK Web or something. I don't remember what it's called. There's it's just random Linux web browsers that use it, but really, we need people to support these other browsers, and I wish I could, but Brave is just so good. Yeah, now that I've got I'm trying to import everything now that now that it's actually downloaded, and it keeps telling me to close Chrome. Okay, there. Now I wonder if it auto signs me into everything. No, it does not. No. If you copied your cookies and all that over, it would maybe. I'm not sure.
Maybe I can't be bothered with that. I can just sign in.
Yeah, that'd be a bit of a hassle.
Everything's easy enough. Relatively easy. Yeah. I mean, wait, Firefox is open source, isn't it?
Yeah, Brave is as well.
Well, time to get bored and make a Brave version, or a Brave fork in Firefox.
Oh yeah, if you want to make that your honors project, that would definitely be something that would take at least a year, that's for sure.
Oh god, I don't even... I mean, I've got a whole... I'm not doing much at uni this year. But, so I've got kind of essentially a gap year before my honors, and I'm kind of... Interesting. I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do for my honors. And I'm thinking that's going to be my idea, unless, someone beats me to it. And if they do, well, hose mad.
Well, I'm not even really sure what's going on with this honors project thing.
Well, I'm doing this thing it's a community service learning project. So it's basically did you do... I think I've told you this before, or asked you this before. Have you ever, or do you remember doing research project or PLP, personal learning plan, in high school? Yeah. Well, did you, in PLP, did you do a community service thing, or showing your community values?
That sounds familiar.
You had to do something for the community. So I went and did some fundraising for a few local charities and stuff. That's essentially what this is, except they give you the projects that you have to do. It's not a...
No, I know that. I mean, I haven't seen anything about the projects that are available. That's the thing.
Yeah. So and that's the same for me, right? They've given me a list, and they said,
wait, you've got a
three.
list?
Well, not for honors, for my thing.
Oh, okay.
And they were yeah, pick 3. And so I did, and then I've heard nothing since. And it's kind of concerning, and I want to email them and be so, have you forgotten about me? What's the deal? Is this still going ahead? Because am I essentially being dropped from a course and I have to pick another elective real quick?
Because I heard that with the honors project, you get a list at some point, and I haven't seen anything of it yet. And the course is supposed to start in like a week.
Yeah, that's the same. Well,
Because sorry, go on, what you're saying?
I was just gonna say, like, with a lot of the courses, like over the whole uni haven't even opened up yet.
Yeah,
some of the first years, second years now, are panicking because data structures is open. So,
oh, was that about data structures? It's not open, or is it open?
Is open.
Sorry. It is open. Sorry, you cut out for a second there.
I think that's kind of my internet. Well, the uni's internet. But
yeah, like 100 down dedicated just to you, and it's like, oh, the uni internet's playing up. It does that, doesn't it?
It's just the latency. Like the download's fine, but because there's so many devices on the network, sometimes it just has a bit of a strong. I'm gonna run a speed test.
Is it really that busy right now? Because, main semester hasn't started yet.
No, it's not that busy, but like most of the computers in the labs are still on, just they're doing nothing, but they're still.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, I really want to set up. Oh well, do you remember the story in our first year that?
Are you telling me about Adam's botnet?
When he fucking set up a Beowulf cluster in one of the Mac labs just to do his own thing, and I can't even remember what he ended up doing with it.
I don't know. I would have used it for some crypto mining, but that'd probably get me kicked out of the school.
I remember hearing that. I love that story of the guy who used he was working for the Russian government, went into wherever he was working with one of the huge supercomputers, started running fucking Bitcoin mining on it, and then immediately got fired.
Oh yeah, I wonder why.
Gee, it's not what could possibly go wrong?
Hey, maybe that's the use for the Google Stadia. It's not doing much else.
Oh my god. Did you watch Jacksepticeye's video on the Google Stadia?
I haven't watched Jacksepticeye, the Google Stadia. That's the most boomer way to describe it. I haven't watched Jack in a very long time.
Good. I follow a channel called Memology.
Yeah.
And
it's a fun channel.
He just posts stuff that's going on in the YouTube realm, and also he's been posting a lot of stuff about the coronavirus, which has been mildly interesting to me.
I think I found that channel from Unbox Therapy pretending that he didn't steal a phone case.
Oh, the Pataka case. What a time to be alive that was.
But anyway, we're talking about Corona.
Yeah.
I just off track.
I was following him about the coronavirus. Or that's who I follow to kind of find out my news about the coronavirus. Or any kind of news, really. But, yeah, good channel. Shout out.
Speaking of getting your news, there's one channel that you should subscribe to on LBRY.
Yeah? Hang on, let me just sign in again.
Go subscribe to Alex Jones.
Oh, yes!
He's always on the front page. It's great.
Oh, hell yeah. Hang on, I need to send you a link to a very good YouTube video that you should watch.
Oh, God.
Because it's so good. It's got one of my favorite images in the world in there.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to play that just because this video will get copyright struck later.
Copyright strike, yeah.
But yeah.
It's fun. It's funny you mention that. I'm a huge, I love Initial D, right? And I love Eurobeat. A lot of the mixes that I used to listen to, and the anime music videos or AMVs, depending on, who you ask, have disappeared from YouTube. Funimation has retroactively gone back and been just this has been uploaded for 3 years. This is ours. And then the whole channel got nuked.
Well, they do own the copyright to it. The problem is they just weren't actually enforcing it.
Yeah. And I mean, for some of them, it was transformative, and I mean, you could have argued fair use.
Well, yeah, for the remixes for sure, but...
Yeah. Because one of my favorite videos was Crazy Little Love by New Age, and it was...
that doesn't ring a bell.
It was... I don't even think it was in the anime, or at least I don't think so anyway. But someone had edited, the last battle between Takumi and... I think his name is Shinji. It's 8-6 versus 8-6.
Yeah, the 8-6 match.
Yeah.
Is it fine to
Yeah, and
spoil
that was-
something that came out 10 years ago?
I mean, yes, but with that being said, I only watched third stage like a week before Christmas because that's like the closest I could get to Initial D Christmas. And oh my god, I'm so sad I didn't watch it soon because it is such a fucking long. Anyway,
All of Initial D is pretty good, to be honest.
can I say driftu, as they say? Good times, good times.
I didn't think the anime cast would happen until I brought Shud on, but hey, I guess it can happen early.
Man, fucking. I want to. Oh, if you want to talk anime, let's talk about Vic. How do you pronounce it?
Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's get copyrights, right?
Let's not turn this into a political podcast. I'd rather not talk about what's happening with Vic.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Anyway, now that that's kind of derailed, where we even go from here?
Good question. You want to go back and talk about investments?
Before that, I should probably mention it's kind of going to become a thing where I mention the tea that I have. I don't actually have any tea in this cup. I drank it last night, but let's see if the camera can see it. It's it's not. Whatever. I have my focus set to where I am. I don't know why I keep trying to get it to focus when it's closer. I have the focus set manually. Anyway, it was pure chamomile tea. It's pretty good. Makes you sleep better. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Well, as this is tech over tea, I had broke tradition and got coffee instead.
I
got an iced latte from my local coffee shop. And they see me coming. They have it ready by the time I walk in the door. I just pay them and walk out because I go there that often.
It's probably better than what fucking Connor had last time. The episode's not up yet. It's going to go up on LBRY the 25th. So that'll be a week...
Tomorrow.
A week before this comes out. Something like that. Anyway. Yeah, tomorrow for us. We're recording this on the 24th. He had a cup of Cole's home brand black tea.
Fuck's sake, Connor. Why though?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know why you drink it. It tastes awful. Just buy yourself some, like... I've said to myself, if I'm ever too poor to... Like, where I have to buy international roast, I'm just not buying coffee anymore. And it's the same with tea. If I'm too poor to buy, like, at least Lipton, I'm just not drinking tea anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna be a shit again.
Yeah.
The tea that I drink, it's Dilmah tea.
Dilmah.
And
I've seen that on the shelf.
Yeah. I get the extra strength, which is the purple box. And it's good stuff. If you're lacking hair on your chest, that's the stuff to get. Puts hair on your chest, makes you a man. Anyway.
We weren't going to go somewhere, and then I derailed it with tea talk.
I mean, if you want to talk tea,
oh, right.
I can talk
Investment.
drama.
Investment we were going to talk about. That. Oh, what were you saying about drama?
I was going to say, if you want to talk tea, I can talk drama if you want.
Oh no, where are you going to go with that?
Oh, no, nowhere at all. I'm not allowed to talk about it, that's the thing. It's all about people. Look, man, imagine resigning with the word yeet.
Wait, what?
Anyway.
Oh!
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Why isn't LBRY working on Brave? Excuse me?
What? LBRY TV, it's not working?
Yeah, no, it's just a white page in Brave. Excuse me?
That's weird. I haven't had any problems with it. It's possible LBRY TV's down right now. I see if the devs are talking about it. No one's talking, so I don't know. Maybe it's just playing up or something. I did notice that the regular LBRY app was also playing up a bit this morning as well. Being a peer-to-peer application, it is a bit slow from time to time.
Unable to load your save preferences. Perhaps Brave is being a bit slow.
Oh, it's a Brave problem then. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh no, in Chrome it's saying unable to load your save preferences, but in Brave it's just showing a white page altogether.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know then. Chromium problem, I guess?
Perhaps. Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer is... Wait, does Internet Explorer even come on Windows 10 anymore? I thought it was just replaced with Edge.
If you type in Internet Explorer, Edge pops up first because, oh no, it is a library problem. Or perhaps it's a uni problem. That's actually probably
Oh, yeah, that's actually possible. Speaking of Edge, did you hear what Microsoft did recently? Or that's getting them in a bit more hot water?
No, not recently.
So, if you, on the newer, I don't know what version of it is, one of the newer versions, if you typed in Chrome into your, start menu, it would say something along the lines of, Microsoft Edge is still here. Please, this is basically they're trying to force you to use, Edge. I'll see if I can find it. Basically, they would, instead of just showing you've searched for Chrome, and then, open up Chrome, they were trying to entice you to use Edge instead.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, Windows search has been a very big meme for a long time.
Yeah.
I can remember, was it Linus Tech Tips who was saying, I would type in Team, and Team Viewer would come before Microsoft's own Team Groups app. It's such a meme.
Yeah, no.
And for me,
I'd never had it working properly on 10.
Yeah, no, it's such a meme. Do you mind if we take a break real quick?
Yeah, that's fine.
I just need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we're good. I guess I'll just entertain you guys by myself then. So, the thing that I was going to talk about was, basically, if I remember correctly, when you searched for Chrome on your Windows 10 computer, it would show a little message saying, Microsoft Edge is still here, use it for a better experience, or something along those lines. Now, the problem that's happening here is this is incredibly anti-competitive. So basically, it was pretty much enticing people into using Edge when all they wanted to do was using Chrome. And this isn't the first time that Microsoft has done something like this. I can't remember what it was the previous time, but yeah, it's never a good look for a company to do this, that's for sure. Now, for some reason, you're not going to see it, but even though I've got it set to being Discord in the recording spot for the second webcam, it's bringing up Brave. Now, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, anyway. Now, I'm not really sure where I can go from here. I don't really actually have a topic that I can go off by myself. I don't really have a Jamie to bounce off of, so that's kind of going to be a problem. Hopefully he doesn't take too long, because, I want to make this actually entertaining. Yeah, so I think we'll just cut... Oh, he's back. Cool. I managed to drag out time perfectly. Have you have returned. Good, because I had just run out of talking points.
Excellent. Oh, so, what are we talking about now? What are you talking about, rather?
I was just trying to find more stuff out about the Chrome thing.
Yeah.
The Chrome Edge, Windows 10 thing.
It just reminds me, have you seen that video clip of Jeb Bush, giving a speech, and then at the end he goes, "Please clap"? That's literally all I can think of. I'll link you. Hang on. Yeah. Where is it? I don't want to, oh, that's CNN. No.
No.
Here we go. Smurf Party. This should be... Yep, here we go. It's good stuff.
I'll have a look at it later. I can't play it now, because otherwise it's going to pick up the sound, because I'm actually just recording my desktop audio, not recording just Discord. Yeah.
Now, I'm well aware of how OBS works.
I think there might be a way to set up a separate audio channel for it, but I haven't dealt with it.
There would be a way, or you can just shell out and get massive audio mixes and do it that way. It's up to you.
Well, I eventually want to move this into, when I get my own place, I want to set up a dedicated room for recording, and I'll probably have a dedicated room for the podcast, but we'll see how that goes.
It's funny you should mention that, between, some of, one of the group chats, randomly one of them was like, Do you know how fun it would be living in a gaming house? And then I just have like PTSD flashbacks to like some of the Counterstrike houses that I lived in.
Oh,
And
wait,
it's like, oh
I'm sorry,
god.
Wait, that's a story there. What's that about?
Oh, like back in the day.
You're like 21.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is back when Counter-Strike, was that? I can't even think if it was 1.6 or 4. Anyway, it was back in, like, the peak Counter-Strike days. Me and a few boys who used to, like, play competitively. We were like, well, I mean, we're all, like, playing together. Why don't we just get the house together? And that lasted about a week.
How long ago was this?
I can't even remember. Because, like, I knew that we had problems because I couldn't, like, because I was under 18. I couldn't get on the lease. Or legally be on a lease. And so I think we only, like, I think we ended up, like, we lived in the house for, like, a week, and then we just, like, rented it out after that. Like, a month. Like, oh, that was such a good time. Like, the internet and everything was fine, and then we were all like, this isn't working, and we all hate each other.
How have you not told me this story yet? This is just an interesting story by
itself. You never asked.
Why am I going to ask if you live in a Counter-Strike house? I just assumed that when you were under 18, you were probably living at home.
I mean, I got bored and left for like a week and then came back. And that was the Counter-Strike house days. Good times.
I guess that's a way to go.
And it just so happened it was in the school holidays too. So it's like, I lived in like a small rural country town. And there's like nothing to do. Like the only thing to do, right, is like drive to the next town over. And like even then I didn't have my license, so I mainly just stayed at home playing Counter-Strike. You
get fishing and motorbike, and that's all you get. So you don't even get fishing. You don't have fish there.
Because we don't have like an ocean or anything close.
And
even then, like
motorbikes.
We literally have dirt. Yeah, and we didn't have enough land and or stock to warrant motorbike.
That's fair.
So
okay.
I just stayed at home playing Counter-Strike. And then I got good enough, got picked up, put on a team. It was good shit.
Jeez, okay. Yeah, that's, I don't know.
Like I said.
Probably better use of your time.
Moved out. Team lasted a week. Moved back. Oh, good time.
Oh, Lord.
You see why I'm such a huge Counter-Strike nerd now.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Oh Lord.
I don't even know what happened to the other guys that were on the team.
They probably have gone off to play more Counter-Strike.
See, like, if you want to talk about like AU Counter-Strike, it's kind of a meme. Like, you have like the top team in Australia, which is Renegades, and then you just have it's literally Renegades, everybody else, and every kind of like fights within themselves to try and beat Renegades. And no, at least I don't think anyone else has, because, well, actually, that's not true. There was one team that broke the mold, and that's the meme house, Greyhound Gaming.
Gaming, okay.
Yeah, they don't exist anymore. So the Renegade. This happened like a couple of months ago. The Renegades roster got signed to 100 Thieves, which is like a bigger NA team, and they took like the entirety of Renegades. They took their coach, they took all of their players, and I think they took a few other people as well. So then Renegades bought Greyhound Gaming, and Greyhound Gaming in and of themselves were kind of a meme because they had one man who made the team, and his name is Dick Stacy.
Dick Stacy.
And so, like,
yep.
There was this kind of like relates back to the investment. So Dick Stacy, so they managed. So Greyhound Gaming, right before they got bought by Renegade, they qualified for not one but two of the CS:GO majors. And when you qualify for a major, your team gets a sticker in the game, and all of your players like send CS:GO or send Valve a signature, and they put it on a sticker, and then you can either buy them through the community market, or you can open capsules for it.
Right.
So Dick Stacy was like, "Oh, I just sent well, you can imagine, right? Dick Stacy, being the man that he is, made so many memes out of his name. And I'll see if I can find the Twitter thread of like the signatures that he made, and then what actually happened, or what actually got put in the game.
I think I've maybe played 5 minutes of Counterstrike. That's how much I actually care about the game.
I mean, it's not to. I'll admit, it's not to everyone's taste. Sorry, I'm trying to do this at the same time. Like, I completely get that. It's not to everyone's taste. But like the people who can play it and play it well, are like some like Dick's. So I'm still trying to find this thread, but anyway, so like he made like so many like different autographs for the game, and they never accepted any. So then when it came around to the game, they literally just like printed his name in capital letters and then put that in the game. Because like, I really want to find it and send it to you. Oh, come on.
Matt, you're not going to find it, are you?
I found it before and I sent it to...
No, it's all good. We can move on from that if you're not going to find it.
No, found it.
You did?
I need the Twitter thread. Come on.
This is quality content right here. You don't have anything to say about that, do you?
No, God damn it. But like, if you Google some of them, well, this was one of them. I can send that to you. Oh, come on. Fuck you, Brave.
Okay, maybe you don't like Brave then.
There we go. That was one of the ones he made. And for obvious reasons, that didn't get accepted because, you know, PG family-friendly game.
I'll put a link to this in the description down below.
And then he also made this one as well, and that didn't get accepted. And so this is... And then this is what they ended up putting in the game. Right. So then this is what they put in the game. And so, like, when they went into the community market, they were about $2. Anyway, so Greyhound, like, they went to not one but two majors. And then, like, recently, Renegades bought them out. And so Greyhound Gaming isn't really a thing anymore. They don't have an active roster or anything.
Right.
And not about a week after they bought Greyhound, Dick Stacy was dropped from the lineup due to, like, everyone was like Lamau bot, but as it turns out, he had been battling an injury with it, or he'd had like eyesight problems for quite a while. And so like he was like, well, I need to like have some time off and, you know, get my life sorted and get like this eye thing dealt with. And so a lot of people are like, well, you know, is this the end of Dick Stacy? And if it is, then those stickers, or as I like to call them, dickers, like, as I said, they're all sold on the community market. They could potentially, like, the prices of those could go sky high. When they were first dropped, they were selling at about $2, I think.
Right.
They're up to around $15 at the moment.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, the Steam market, like, is, like, if you can invest in it correctly, like, it can be huge. And the good thing about it is it's not like Wall Street. It doesn't close. It's open 24 hours. Like, at the moment, I've got a few investments going in, like, CSGO cases.
Wait, you're actually investing in the Steam market?
Well, kind of.
Right.
Like, so I had, like, $5 in, like, spare change on between a few of my accounts. Yes, I have multiple accounts.
Sure.
And so I was like, well, prices are kind of... The Steam market kind of has... Well, it hasn't kind of. It's just been released in China. So the prices at the moment are really inflated. So I've jumped on like a few things that weren't too bad. Like, for example, I bought I think it was 7 Operation Breakout cases for like 70 cents. And they went up to $2 Saturday night. Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, that's only $2. Yeah, but, you know, if I had have sold them, I would have made, like, at least a decent margin of profit. They crashed and went back. They haven't really crashed. They've just gone down to 97 cents.
Hold that thought for just a moment. For anyone wondering, he's actually talking about Steam as in the gaming platform, not Steam the cryptocurrency. We're talking about the gaming platform right now. Okay, continue on. Just had to make that clear.
Yeah. And like, where was I going with that? Yeah. So like, it's still profit, but if I had sold like at the $2 that they were at, and then they had a crash, I could have like reinvested and bought more. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. There's also in Counterstrike at the moment, there's an operation going on.
I think you mentioned that. Oh yeah, no, Connor was talking about that last time. Yeah,
so I'm trying to, or at least my plan is to try and profit off of it. So the pass cost me like $14, I think it was. So I'm trying to like get enough items out of that to maybe even hopefully break even, but maybe make a bit of profit. And I mean, I'm not going too badly at the moment. Or at least the huge winner out of all of this is going to be Steam, because they take a percentage off of all of your sales.
Absolutely. They're making bank off of this.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why they haven't released Half-Life 3 yet, and that's because they just want to keep milking the market. And everyone who plays CSGO knows that CSGO is a cash cow for Dota. Yeah.
Hey, well, they are at least releasing, what is it, Half-Life Alyx?
Yeah, that was, the VR thing. I wanted to, that was the winter sale. They put their VR kits on sale. There was only one problem. They weren't available in Australia, and I was very sad because I was going to get, like, it was the package that came with, like, the headset as well as, like, the game and the controllers. And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, if I saw it on Reddit that it was on sale, and I was like, okay, cool. Jumped over. It's like, this is not available in your country. Well, guess I just got all excited for nothing.
You could always just get it shipped.
I could, but I mean, I have a US Steam account because, well, here's another cool thing about Steam. So Steam has, like, markets for, like, New Zealand, you know, all the different countries, right?
Yeah, I know that, like,
they don't
third world countries have cheaper prices and all that.
Excuse me. So they don't actually do the conversion, or at least I don't think they used to. The developers actually set their price in Australian dollars. So like even some games aren't available on the Australian market. So I have the US Steam account, so I can go into the US store and then just gift it to my Australian account.
That's a way to do it.
And I mean, you just do it during the sales, which is another thing I kind of do on the sly, account leveling. I'm trying to get my main account to level 420 for obvious reasons.
Are you trying to get it done before 420 happens?
I mean, to be fair, it's going to be 420 for an entire month. However, I don't think it'll happen. If I was going to do it, I'd have to do it. I would have had to have done it during the winter sale.
You could just unload all of your savings.
I could, but it's...
I like how it's actually a consideration.
I mean, I did think about it for a very long time. But, so, like, the way you do account leveling, for those who don't know, is, like, every game... some games have Steam trading cards, and you get... So, like, for buying the game, you get dropped at different time intervals. Half of the cards that will make a badge, and there's 5 levels to a badge. It's kind of complex, but it's also not really. So if you can... And you get, like, XP per, like, level of badge, and then, like, all your XP adds up to your account level. And I mean, it's just a number on your account, to be fair. It doesn't really do anything.
You mean it doesn't do anything at all? There's no really about it?
No, not really. I mean, it gives you extra friend slots on Steam, and that's
Oh.
literally it.
I guess that's one thing. If you have that many friends.
I mean,
Or you just want to add
I've
everyone.
recently... I had about 250 friends, I think it was, and I recently, like, unfriended everyone that I didn't know.
Then you had like 12 left.
No, I have 59 left.
Okay, that's still more than I expected.
I mean, yeah. But there are ways to, like, profit off of the Steam trading cards, which you have to be very tricky, and if you're going to do, you have to do it during, like, the sales when, like, if you craft a badge, you get dropped event trading cards, and then you can use those event trading cards to level up event badges, and then you get extra XP essentially for free. It's very weird. And like I said, I went up... So my account, when I started doing this, was level 10, I think. I'm up to 77 at the moment. And I have sunk a lot of money into this.
Have you ever considered putting your money in, you know, anything else?
Nope.
Anyway, go on. We talking about wasting money on Steam trading cards?
Yeah. So that's kind of... So, and to, like, kind of maximize it, like, with events, Steam give you, like, so many free cards. It's like, if you do certain things like, you know, oh, leave a review on this game and we'll give you a free trading card, or, like, view your... One of the favorite ones is, like, if you view your discovery queue, they'll give you one.
Right.
So I have 4 accounts. Over the course of the event, so 4 times 3 is 12, right? That's 12 a day.
Right.
And the events usually last for 2 weeks. So 12 times 14 is... Let me just pull up my calculator. 160. And then someone, or... I mean, that's one thing I should do, is I should... A lot of people have them. They're called trading card bots.
Uh-huh.
So, they... Like, people write their own bots that, like, if you give them one card and, like, you pick out one card, it'll automatically do the trade.
Sure.
Yeah. And then usually during the event, someone writes an event bot that is like, oh yeah, it's just 1-for-1. So, like, if you have duplicates of one card and you need another type of card, you can just get that card for, you know, one of your duplicate cards.
Right, that makes sense.
So, yeah. There's a method to it. Or you can do for some reason, like, a lot of people just sell them. Not that anyone, like, would buy them. Because they just immediately go down to 3 cents because there's so many of them being dropped. There's not really any rarity to them.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, when you craft... like, when you craft a badge, you get dropped rarer... Or you have the chance of being dropped rarer items. So when you craft a badge, you get dropped an emoticon or it's essentially an emoji for the game that you're crafting a badge for. And you get dropped a wallpaper from that game. And there's 3 levels: common, uncommon, and rare. One of the rarer ones that I have that's currently on my profile is from... Did you ever watch Zero Punctuation? Or do you watch Zero Punctuation?
I haven't watched Zero Punctuation in a very long time, but yeah, I used to.
Yeah. It's from their game, Hatfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Yahtzee made.
Yeah,
which is... And that's... One was sold in the last 24 hours for... I think it was sold for $10.
Jesus
and that's,
Christ.
Yeah, and it's not... I think it's one of the... Is it rare? Yeah, it is. It's one of the rare ones. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me confirm that. No, it's one of the common ones. It's just because it's the PC Master Race that everyone wants it. So, I mean, no... My main advice, if anyone wants to do this, know your market, and also don't listen to me because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Here's my advice: don't. Just use your
invest
money
in
for literally.
Bitcoin.
Actually, invest in Actually, I'm not going to say invest in anything. If I say invest in anything and it goes south, you're going to be angry with me. Invest in whatever you think is a good coin.
I'm trying. TDM Jesus says, trust your numbers, not your gut, and invest in Dogecoin, and also don't listen to me.
Exactly. Absolutely
I just
true.
when I said Dogecoin, kill me, please.
Dogecoin. Good meme.
What a good meme.
The coin's actually worth quite a bit still. That's the funny thing about it.
How much is Dogecoin?
Too much. Let's check out CoinMarketCap. Doge.
0.002 I have.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's less than I thought.
And it's down as well.
Yeah, a lot of coins are down right now.
Yeah.
Well, that lagged a bit. Actually, how is it going right now? Also, 5th place that I wasn't sure about. Sorry. Okay. Litecoin wasn't one of the top coins. That's a bit lower down. My bad. It was Bitcoin SV is 5th place. Bitcoin Cash is 4th. That's nice. Anyway. Have you ever had any experience working with Discord permissions?
Yes, I have.
They
I
are
manage
a pain in the ass.
With like the Discord permissions, especially for one of them that I'm managing at the moment, like it's so bipolar. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Which is it going to be? I don't know.
Because I have my server right now, and I had one of my mods who's kind of abusing his role. I might end up removing him. We'll see what happens. He's been he's tagging at everyone to install Gentoo, and I tried to remove his add everyone privileges, but then he had privileges from some other role he had as well, so I had to remove both of them instead of just being able to lock it down for this one person just really easily. It's like, come on, what is happening here? Anyway, you're saying?
I tried to make a role that we use as a last resort. It's called mute, or it's either mute or nerf, and it's the reason we use it is so we have everyone knows what the rhythm bot is. It's a music bot that plays YouTube, and this one person, whenever we'd be sitting in a channel talking, would come in, play this 10-hour loop of this kid singing something about Tortino's hot roll, and so the whole point was that they could see all of the channels, but not type in any of them.
Right, okay.
And they could, still join and talk. And, we gave it to them, and they were still able to, type and summon the bot, and we were all sitting there excuse me, what the fuck?
What?
And then, so then I had to, go, because our channels were in groups, had to sync the group. That still didn't fucking work. And to this day, they are still summoning the bot playing this Tortino song that makes me want to cry.
Oh,
every time I hear it.
The syncing is even worse, though, because then you have... If you change it in a sub-channel and it doesn't align with the group, then you're going to have mismatching permissions, and then if you try to change it at the group level, it might be overridden at the channel level.
Man, I miss TeamSpeak. I don't miss it.
Well, some people still use TeamSpeak, yeah.
Yeah, I still use it. For one of the streams that I mod for, I jump in it after the stream ends and just give my mod report, or just chat for a little while. But yeah, no, I wish more people still used it. I
was never big. Sorry, go on. I was never a big TeamSpeak guy. Back when I was not using Discord, we were on Skype, and for me, Discord is an upgrade from Skype, but that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, no, I agree. So for me, I'm just trying to think of the timeline of things. When I wasn't playing CS, I used to play the DayZ mod, not the standalone, the mod, the one.
Oh, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, for Arma 2, Operation Arrowhead, and that was a good time. And every server, every 2 minutes, would just be having troubles. Join this TeamSpeak. I just used to join the TeamSpeak and then just jump into the server channel and just sit there. And then people would jump in and out and be just hey, where are you? Do you want to team up and help me build a base? And then that was a huge community. And there's still, I kind of wanted to go and start up my own DayZ server. So I went back to my old the old TeamSpeak channel, and I'm sad that it's upsetting to see that they folded. They're not a thing anymore. Yeah, rest in peace, Zero Remorse. I miss you, and I still think about you every day.
DayZ was something I never got a chance to play. Not the mod or the standalone release, but I did watch a lot of DayZ content back then, and I feel if I did play it, I would hate it more than I did when I watched it. Because it seemed you have like 3 hours of content and you get like maybe 10 minutes of actual usable content from it.
Yeah. Let me guess. Did you watch Frankie on PC?
The name rings a bell. I don't think so. I can't remember who I was watching back then.
Frankie on PC in 1080p. Rest in peace wherever you are. Used to upload like he used to like upload DayZ content. Then he just used to like mod servers and like record it and like kind of do it. So like it wasn't like an actual server. It was kind of like a modded and controlled environment.
Right.
And then he uploaded a video of him playing CS, and one dude watched his video and was like, that's interesting. He's not actually like... So in Counterstrike, there's this thing called bunny hopping or bee hopping.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a lot of skill to do. Not everyone can do it. It takes like hundreds of hours to master.
Right.
And one of the arguably the best bunny hoppers on YouTube at the time watched it and was like, yeah, no, this is a script or server set. This isn't legitimate. And so Frankie, being the madman that he is, copyright claimed his video. Cynical Brit heard about this and was like, Frankie, you piece of shit. Because, Cynical Brit had, when he would upload indie games and be just like, yeah, no, this is garbage. And then the indie companies would then copyright claim his video. Yeah, he was like a huge advocate, or at least at the time, for, abusing YouTube's copyright system.
That's someone I haven't talked about in a very long time.
Man, I miss him so much.
Yeah.
Cancer sucks.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of people in my family die from cancer, and yeah, that's... Yeah.
It's not good. Yeah.
Anyway. Look, we're not going to go deep down into that hole. The
rabbit hole. Yeah. Like, I watched... Yeah, like, Cynical Brit's content was so good, but... anyway, moving
honestly, it was some of the best content that I was watching at the time.
Yeah. So, and yeah, from that, Frankie has disappeared. Let me have a look at his channel, because he made a video. Do you remember a game called Evolve?
I do remember a game called Evolve. I never played it, but I know of it. Yeah,
it died on release. Like, the queue times were like 40 minutes long on release, and everyone was like, yeah, nah, fuck this game. Yeah, the last video he uploaded was 2 years ago. And like he updated his logo and everything on Facebook, and then nothing ever happened.
Interesting.
Like everyone's like, "Is this the comeback?" And no, it wasn't.
Nope.
But, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that was a fun time. I can't remember where I was going with that.
I have no idea. What were we talking about actually?
Good question. I don't know. I think we were just talking shit about YouTube. Speaking shit about YouTube, I should really make a video at some point.
Wait, you still haven't done that? Mate, what are you doing?
Still haven't. Moving house is what I'm doing.
Right, but you weren't moving house back when we went to Lewis's show.
Yeah, I wasn't moving house when you were like, yeah, you should make a video. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. But on the topic of making videos, I got a message this morning. I'm now editing full time for a Twitch streamer. I'm not going to say who it is because they need to do their announcements and everything. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully I can make some content for them.
I did see that. I was going to ask you about that because I saw that post on Twitter. When you were looking for...
Editor for hire.
Yeah, you were like editor for hire. I was going to ask you what was going on with that. I didn't know you were looking for editing work.
I mean, I've edited on and off for like a few Twitch streamers. Or sorry, a Twitch streamer. I was just looking for like something more consistent, but the Twitch streamer that I have previously edited for was like, yeah, my previous editor is being a dick. So do you want to edit for me full time? And I was like immediately, fuck yeah.
Well, I wish I had the money for an editor. That would save me so much time.
I mean, yeah, but also I suppose I could if I'd given enough time, I could probably do like a real like professional edit. But I might mainly just meme edit and like highlight clip things together.
Honestly, for me, I kind of just want someone to cut out me being awful at speaking. I don't know why. I seem to be better on the podcast, but when I go and record stuff myself, it is absolute garbage half the time, and I have to cut out like a bunch of breaks and me just completely tripping over my words. Honestly, just having someone to edit for that would make that so much easier. Maybe one day that'll happen.
One day when when you get the 100k sub plug.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how... Honestly, I would love to get to a point where I could just do this full time. That would be awesome. Because Sorry?
No, keep going.
Because right now I'm at 3,400 on YouTube, 2,400 on LBRY.
I mean, it's all a grind.
Oh, it's absolutely a grind.
Sorry. Yeah, I used to do it back in the day, and like I was consistent for like the first week, and I was like, nah, nah.
No, that's fair.
Especially when I used to edit in. So I started in Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah, so did everyone.
Yeah, I mean everyone did, and then I used to then on like my laptop at the time, because I didn't have like a high grade PC. It came with bloatware called Power Director.
That doesn't even ring a bell. I've never heard of that one.
That one, it's bloatware, and like it was cool, but the only problem was it would only give you like 4 tracks to edit on. And so I basically called it Discount Vegas.
Discount Vegas.
And like there would be times when I'd like flick between Cyberpunk, Power Director, and Windows Movie Maker. And now when I edit, I'm not a scrub. I actually use like Vegas, After Effects, and Premiere.
That's far more effort than I put in. You've seen some of my videos. I use Caden Live. I use 2 video tracks. One video track is for the video. The other video track is for text. That is all I do.
I mean, man, if you don't have 6 layers, 6 tracks, you're not doing it right.
Mate, if I had the time for 6 layers, I wouldn't be going to uni and working a job at the same time.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. So, what do you actually use for, like, rendering? Because I'm kind of interested. Do you have, like, a big, beefy home PC with, like, a NVIDIA Titan in it? Or what's...
I wish I had a Titan. No, I was talking to you about before the show. It took me 5 hours to re-render the podcast after the audio wasn't synced. And it's not going to be synced this time as well, so it's going to take another 5 hours this time. So, yeah, I'm actually rendering off of that Acer Swift laptop that I've been using for a while.
Yeah, ouch.
And part of the reason I want to get a desktop as well is I don't feel like having it running at 85 degrees Celsius is good for the CPU if it's going for 5 hours.
Oh yeah, 100%. So I had like laptop wise, I had an Acer. I can't even remember what it was, but it was an Acer laptop. It was a dual core 2 gig dedicated VRAM.
Right.
And that used to render all right. Used to render like a 10-minute video in about an hour, half an hour to an hour, depending on, how complex and how, over the top I went with it. Then I downgraded because I didn't know much at the time to an Asus. Was that? I think it was an Asus IdeaPad. I think
IdeaPad. No, isn't the IdeaPad the
that's
the Dell
Lenovo's
line?
thing, isn't it?
I think Dell
might be Dell's.
I can't remember. They all sound kind of similar.
I used to have I had the bookmark for the drivers because the audio driver used to corrupt every other week. So I'd have to uninstall it and then reinstall it, and I'd have to download the driver from the Asus website.
Jesus
Christ. I can't think what it was now. Anyway, I'd recently upgraded to an Asus ZenBook Pro.
Ooh.
And I mean, I like to call it a Nintendo DS for 10
that
times
one.
the price.
Yeah, I forgot you had that.
Yeah. Oh, it's so I love this thing so much. It's a 6-core CPU, 16 gigs of RAM, 4 gig dedicated GPU, and the touchpad doubles as a second monitor.
Hmm.
So there was one day there was one day when I was like studying in the library, and I had like a lecture on the top screen. Then I had Minecraft on my touchpad, and I mean, I was straining my eyes to see the Minecraft. I'm not gonna lie, but it was also kind of funny because everyone like thought I was like studying hard, watching this lecture, when in reality I was just playing Minecraft.
You could just openly play Minecraft. No one's gonna care. That's also an option.
I mean, I was on the 3rd floor, which is like the quiet study area, but I mainly just go there so people don't talk to me.
That's actually a really good point. Because I go up there occasionally and I'll see people... I've seen someone just playing some, like, League of Legends up there. And honestly, that's probably the best place to go to just... I don't know, just get away from people, to be honest. There's too much noise on that campus.
Oh, yeah. Well, at the moment, it's not too bad.
Well, yeah, because everyone's at home still.
For now, anyway.
Or they're not allowed to come back from China.
Quite. You weren't supposed to do that. Yeah, it's... Not to talk about politics. No, I'm not going to talk about that.
Hey, I'm just talking about coronavirus.
I mean, I'm just going to send you a thought that I had about coronavirus. Like, I'll talk to you about it after the podcast. But yeah, no, the coronavirus. Like, you and I both know, we probably got the same email saying like, oh yeah, because of the travel bans, we've also cancelled like any overseas study trips.
Yep.
To China. Yeah. The cruise ship though that's currently docked in Japan, that's a mildly interesting problem.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Oh, well, there was like a cruise ship that was, was having a good time floating around the ocean, docked in Yokohama in Japan. As they docked, someone fell ill with coronavirus, and now the ship is still docked in Yokohama, Japan, and has been there for it's definitely been there for more than a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it was apparently from some of the, because it's a lot of, admittedly, there's a lot of boomers on board, and they're posting videos to Facebook, mainstream media Facebook pages, just to get attention about it. And some of the videos are pretty scuffed, and some of the stuff that's going on there isn't by any means. But I think the last thing I heard was that a lot that ill were flown back to Australia, or a lot of the Australian citizens that were on there were flown back to Australia recently. But the ones that were were confirmed to have coronavirus or suspected of having it weren't allowed to leave. They had to stay on board.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah, it's, like I said, the coronavirus is rather interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I haven't been paying a ton of attention to it, more of it just on the meme side, really.
Oh, yeah,
I'm also following some of the, a couple of the guys I follow are, hardcore conspiracy theorists. I mentioned Alex Jones before, but I mean, Alex at least has some sort of consistency. These are the kinds of people who are just completely nuts.
Yeah. No, some of the conspiracy theories around it are mildly interesting. One of the ones that I heard when I was up at home, not at my apartment, was it's like a population control measure that was done deliberately. There's so many of them floating around, but it's like I said, it's mildly interesting. And I turned 21 13 days ago, and one of my birthday presents was a coaster, and on that coaster it was Menu for 2020 Plague, and it's just one of the plague doctors walking around. I fucking love it so much. It's such a good coaster. And I look at it every day when I put my coffee mug on it. Yeah.
Speaking of coasters, you won't be able to see it, but I've got a pretty dope coaster. It's a bit of what's the word? A lacquered rock.
Oh.
I'll send you a picture of it afterwards. I got it back when I was up visiting my parents a few months back. We went to the what was it? The berry show or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I'll send you a picture of mine. I took a photo of it yesterday and said, I got this for my 21st, and it's pretty cool and also pretty accurate. Yep, there we go.
Let's see. Oh wow, that actually is pretty awesome. I do like that.
So, yeah. Oh god, that's. Can we take another break real quick?
Yeah, we can take another break.
I'll be back.
I'll just cut back to when he's back from this.
Did you miss me?
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you.
I was just doing random stuff. I went on Instagram for a bit.
Fair enough.
I saw this video of this dude had like, you know, the water dispenser things, like those bottles you sit on them, those big water bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had one of those filled with, I don't know, gasoline or something. He lit it on fire in the middle of a classroom.
As you do.
It just burnt all of it out, and then he put his hand on top, and then it created like a vacuum seal in it. I don't know, it's just random stuff that I find. Yeah. So what was that about?
Oh, what I left for?
Yeah.
So two things. One, I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay, well, that's
Secondly, so like I said, so hot water service is going to be either looked at or serviced in half an hour, and the internet at my place is now getting set up.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah, I'll be able to actually podcast with decent audio from home next episode.
Oh, with your, you said you had a ZenBook, yeah?
Yeah.
Does that not have a webcam on it?
It does. I just don't. I currently look like shit.
That's fair.
And to be fair, I didn't want to walk across, like, I didn't want to walk to uni, because if I was going to go on this podcast, I was going to wear a particular shirt, and I'm not walking around in public with that shirt on.
Oh, no.
I think it's on my Twitter. I posted it Christmas last year, the shirt that I was going to wear on this, just so you can get some cheeky comments out of it.
I think I've seen it, actually.
I'm pretty sure I've shown you. It's the Ahigo or Ahiago.
The Ahigo shirt, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, you mentioned earlier about a image that you want to have, or you want to send me to put on here. I think I've got a better image, though.
Oh, God. Just put Alex Jones there instead.
No, I'll put the picture of you and Lewis.
Oh, good times.
So you guys would have been seeing that from the start of the show, and I just worked it out now. But yeah, we're going to use the picture of Marty when he went and met Lewis Spears. So do you want to explain the picture, because they've been looking at it now for like an hour and something?
So that was a good time. So I've been a fan of Lewis Spears for quite a while, and I can remember in one of his videos, one of his videos was he Googled him, and he found himself on a fetish website. So, you know, I have a reasonably good memory. I remember a lot of like random and like completely useless things. And so Brody said to me, "Oh, Lewis Spears is coming to Adelaide. I'm going. If you want to lift there and you get a ticket, I'll go with you." And I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, sure, why not?" And so like this was a couple of weeks, you know, before this was happening. And so I was thinking about it more. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't Lewis Spears find himself on a fetish website? I have a brilliant idea. So I went to I went online, went and found the video, found the website, found the particular photo that he used for the thumbnail, went to Officeworks, got it printed in A4 size, took it to the show, waited for almost everyone to leave, walked up to him and said, "Hey man, you're the arsehole I aspire to be. Can you sign this for me?" And then just pulled out this photo of him on this photo of like him at the beach, being a long lanky boy, because is he like 6'11"?
I don't know. He's too tall. He's at the point where it's a disability.
Yeah, he's huge.
But the look on his face when you brought that picture out.
Yeah, and he legit said to me, "Oh, for fuck's sake." And he was like, "Dude, do you know this website's closed?" And I was like, "Oh, I hate to tell you, but it hasn't. This is where I got it from." And I had the photos got like the watermark of the website on it and everything. It's some of my finest work. Follow me on eBay, because as soon as he hits 1 million, subs, I'm gonna.
Well, we'll see what happens with. Have you seen the trailer for his new series?
Yes, I have. I haven't seen the trailer. I saw
it's
like
so
the
good.
promotional. I saw the promotional poster, and even from like the poster, it looked sick.
No, you need to watch the trailer. It is fantastic. So, I'll just spoil a little bit of it because it's brilliant. So, he does a like fake photo shoot. And he gets them to ridiculous poses. He finds like the dumbest people, the absolute dumbest people he can find, but they're all like super attractive. So like, oh yeah, I could be a model. I'm an Instagram model. I could do that.
I'm an Instagram influencer.
I hate the term influencer. But anyway, he went up to them and he told them his name was Clive Palmer. And he was,
my fucking lord.
He was Clive Palmer, the famous photographer from Australia. And then that's not even the best part. I think it might have been CNBC. They had a reporter because they like started gathering like a big group there. So a reporter showed up with cameras and did a news report on him. And he said to them, his name is Clive Palmer. Now, if you don't know who Clive Palmer is.
Australia's resident politician.
He is. Think Boris Johnson, but just make him Australian, and also make him an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Like I said, I aspire to be Australia's meme lord, but man, I got to get over Clive Palmer first.
Oh. And the other, I don't even know if I want to spoil the other part. He also convinced a bunch of like uni students that Tony Abbott was the first trans prime minister, and
oh my fucking lord,
he became the first trans prime minister after transitioning into Julia Gillard, who he was pretending was called. Who he was pretending was called Clementine Ford.
Oh my fucking lord!
It was exceptional. That's only half of it. There's so much other stuff that is amazing in that episode or that trailer.
Well, funny you should mention that.
Before we do that, anyone who wants to go watch it, it is called Spears vs. America. Go watch it right now. It is absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, it's such good stuff. And like the thing that is like highly respectable, or at least for me, he's done it independently. Like he's not backed by a network or anything. He just got bored and did it himself.
Well, he is being published by Verve.
Verve, yeah.
Not public. What am I saying? Promoted by Verve, but yeah. Who does basically all the Australian comedians, really. I don't think there's anyone else.
Dude, like, do you remember his Marxism conference video?
That was... I think that's how I found him, actually.
See, I used to follow Marcus Dibble when he used to do call-outs, and like that was peak, back in the day, that was peak Australian comedy. And like when SoFlo Antonio sent both Lewis Spears and Marcus Dibble cease and desist letters.
Yeah.
And they both like read them out and they were exactly the same. The only thing that they changed is the name. And that's how I found him through that video, and I've been following him ever since. Anyway, I mentioned the Marxism conference video is because on my walk to uni, where I'm, talking to you from, there's a huge Marxism conference poster up.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there is. One of them got ripped down, and like it's kind of like someone's just like ripped the middle out of it, but you can still see like the tapes kind of held like the border of it in place, and then on the pole next to it is like a full undisturbed poster.
Wait, is that the where is that? Is that by the traffic lights?
Yes.
By the one that used to have a Peterson poster on it?
No, that's the pub side. This is on the do you know
side.
Where the health clinic is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that side.
Or
that corner, rather. I haven't stopped and looked at... I've only looked at the title. I haven't, gotten dates or anything. But I'm kind of tempted to go.
That would be fun.
Just to... just to see, and just like roll up wearing like a USSR costume, and just play Russian hard bus the entire time.
Oh yes.
See, I'm glad. I'm glad. Like I don't have I have my full license, but I don't have a car because I live within walking distance of just about everything I need.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm basically like paying the government for the privilege of I might need to drive at some point, maybe. And I'm so glad I don't have a car because I would have a banging sound system of it and just circle the block playing Russian hard bass in like a dressed up as Stalin.
I should just stick a massive speaker in the back of my Barina.
Do it. Don't even think about it. Do it.
Yeah, but I should probably also just buy a new computer. That's probably a better investment.
Why not do both?
That's a fair point.
I need to find. I need to find where this photo is saved. It's somewhere on my phone, but to be fair, I have over 2,000 photos on my phone. Most of them are memes.
That's good. Good use of space.
Some of them are like photos, and one of the photos that I have on here is of me and a friend. We went to like our valedictorian dinner, dressed up as Templar Knights, and we were, as we were walking in, we just played that, you know the song The Last Stand by Sabaton?
Yes, I'm well aware of the song.
Yeah, just walked into there playing that, and good times. And I don't have like I have the helmet still, so if I ever need to go on a crusade, I have it, but I don't have any of the other costume because like, me and the dude that like we went, together as like, our own Templar Knights. He went and rented them, and I just bought the helmets. So I'm trying to find the photo, and if I can find it, I will send it to you on. There's the photo of me and Lewis Spears. So I think it would be before that.
That's such a beautiful
I hope you
picture.
used the one that he put on his Facebook page as well.
Yeah,
like the proper.
I'll find the one that Keelan took.
The high quality one. I mean, I shared it on my Facebook profile, being like, "Who's this cutie?"
That was beautiful. I love that that was shared.
Yeah,
I'm sad that he didn't end up... Sorry?
It took him forever as well.
Yeah, the one thing
found it.
I'm surprised he didn't do was, for all the other states, he did like a episode in his channel where he was going around doing stuff, but he didn't do that for Adelaide. That was no fun.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, yep. Here we go.
Oh, that is beautiful.
You can use that photo as well if you want. Just have like a slideshow of different photos.
We'll see if that's easy to edit in. I might do that.
Yeah. I'm the one on the right, by the way.
Yeah, I thought you might have been.
Yeah.
You are
unfortunately, height is not one of my strong points.
It's fine. I'm under 6 foot as well.
Yeah.
5'10" or something. Like, 5'9".
Yeah. Height's really a struggle for me. But, oh well. Oh well.
I don't think Lewis has besides his country tour, I don't think he has a tour coming up anytime soon.
Yeah, I really wish I had gone to the podcast now, just so I could like, I wanted like just put that photo that I got him to sign on like a board, and just whenever he's like looking in my general direction, just hold it up.
I was sitting like, you can actually see me in most of the recording because I was sitting like right at the front, off to the left side. But yeah, so, and then later in that episode, there was a when they did, what was it? One of the segments where they read out messages, I don't remember what it was called. Somehow, Lewis got to talking about eating yogurt in the shower or something.
Yeah, righto.
And I don't remember what I asked, but it was some stupid fucking question I asked. And everyone lost it. And that was a absolutely amazing event, that's for sure. I know that Luke's got a show coming up soon. I'm going to that one.
Maybe Lewis will make it. But like some of the shit that like Lewis and then Luke and Lewis posts. Like the there was like when Lewis finished his set, he set the microphone to the average male's height and like just about put the microphone on the ground, and like Luke comes out to do his set, and he's like crouching the entire time, and Lewis just sticks his head out from behind the curtain and laughs at him. And it's like, I posted it on his Instagram, I'm pretty sure. It's like, absolutely no one, my sleep paralysis demon, and it's just him laughing. It's such a good meme.
The thing is, Luke's not even short, he's fucking massive as well.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because there was also a photo of like I think Lewis posted like a few photos of like meetups that he did after the show, and there was one dude that was taller than him, and everyone in the comments was like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
How do you be taller than Lewis? How does that even work?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you be longer than the long stretchy boy? Like, that shit doesn't work.
Far out. Fuck that.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, so that kind of didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we just talk about Lewis. I mean, as I said, Lewis Biz is the asshole I aspire to be.
That's fair. I do appreciate him, that's for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's just
it's good stuff.
A certain level of being an asshole that is just a part of Australian culture, even though everyone's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Lewis just is like, you know what? Screw the nice part, I'm actually just going to be an asshole all the time.
Come on, where's the... Oh, it won't... Fuck you, Instagram.
For anyone who doesn't know and who hasn't been to Australia before, basically everyone's just an asshole to each other, but then you've also got... Everyone's actually just really nice. They just harass everyone as a form of love. That's sort of what it is.
Like, no one's nice to anyone's face, but it's legit, like, I'm gonna go full Australian here for a second. Well, it's catch you cunts. Yeah, no worries, mate. See you later. What a nice dude. Yeah, fucking do anything for that bloke. Such a top. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Australia was built on mateship, and doing anything for your mates, even if you wouldn't tell that to their face.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, most people, I wouldn't say a word to. There's a very, very small amount of people who actually say that I would like, but most of the time, if you can shit talk with someone, that's kind of just a sign that you actually like that person. If you can't shit talk with them, like, you're not going to get along. Not here, that's for sure.
And I mean, like, to be Australian is to be fluent in shit talk.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's why we run all the shit posting groups online. Like, the Area 51 raid was started by an Australian guy. A bunch of the a bunch of the other shit posting groups were all just started by Australians because that's just what we do. We're the best at it.
I'm so sad that not as many people turned up to Area 51 as they said they were interested.
That would have been ridiculous if they did.
I remember in my first year at uni, the Naruto run down a public place was such a huge thing. And I actually went to the...
I do remember that.
A few people from uni went, and I happened to be in the neighborhood, and I live streamed it, and it was... Like, no one made it down the length of the mall, by the way. Like, they all kind of died halfway through. And it was like... And, like, some of, like, the sports shops have, like, guys outside with microphones and speakers, like, trying to entice people in, telling them about their sales. And, like, this one dude... Because there's, like, one sports shop, like, just down the road from... Like, it's about 10 meters down from where we started. Like, I didn't participate, per se. I just ran behind everyone live streaming it. And, like, this one dude, you can hear in the corner, he was like, boys, if you need any running shoes, come into Rebel Sport. We got a great sale going on at the moment. Just as, like, all these fucking weebs run past, arms backwards, just pegging it down the wall, pretending to be Naruto. And the dedication on some of these people, I will, like, 100% give these people props. Because they, like, turned up in their, I can't think of the name of it, like the robe with the clouds on it from Naruto. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
you know what I'm talking
about. Akatsuki's robe, yeah.
Yeah, those. They turned up in the robes, and a few people had their own headbands and stuff, and it was such a good time.
That's awesome.
Do you remember when Adelaide got their own like e-scooters?
I do. I still haven't used them.
They're like when we first got them, they were through a company called Lime.
Yeah.
And so one of the events was the Lime, and then like the city council.
Sorry, you cut
like,
out when you said that.
Oh, sorry. So
But
like,
it was Lime something.
Yeah. No. So Lime kind of had like the monopoly on the whole city. And so this Adelaide City Council was like, you know what, this is unfair. We should allow competition. So the City Council made their own company. And then another company kind of got half as well. And Lime ended up getting kicked out. But before they got kicked out, a Facebook event was made. The Lime Grand Prix. It was a race around the city on a Lime scooter.
Oh.
And whoever came first won like $50, I think it was. And it sucked for a lot of people because a lot of people who said that they were going couldn't either A, get a scooter, or the scooter that they got was flat. So they couldn't make it around the entire circuit. But for those who made it, it was such a good time. When they first, like, with Lime, when there was like a week into their, I think it was listed as a trial. When they were in their trial, me and one of my friends, we were like, this was at like midnight. One of my friends came past and knocked on my door. I was like, what's up? And he's like, do you want to go to the Pancake Kitchen? And I was like, that's in the middle of the CBD and it's 1 a.m. I'm not walking to the Pancake Kitchen at 1 a.m. So he's like, what if we took a scooter? And I was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. So we took a scooter. So we took like e-scooters from my place into the city. And like the whole time I was just blasting, is it Flight of the Conchords? Yeah, you know, like it's in the World War. You know, it's in like every World War II.
I know what
like,
you're talking about.
You know, da 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 da.
Yeah, it is Flight of the Conchords.
Whole way into the city. So like, we then dropped because you couldn't take them like right through. There's like a dead zone where they lock and stop working.
Right.
So we left them like just outside of the dead zone, and the Pancake Kitchen is in the dead zone anyway. So, excuse me for just a moment. I'm getting a call.
Too good? Well, I guess we're going to hear the Pancake Kitchen story later. I don't know where that's going. I haven't heard this story myself. Hopefully, it's good content, though. But we'll see how that goes. If he doesn't take too long to cut back, or to get back, then I won't bother cutting this out. But, jeez, yeah, I still need to ride one of those Lime scooters. Whenever I go to the CBD, they're just sitting around everywhere. I don't really bother with it. I know that some places in the US have them as well, but here they're considerably more expensive. I think we charge on time, whereas you guys charge on distance. So because of that, they end up being like far more expensive. I might be wrong. They might be the other way around, and that's why it's more expensive. But even though our dollar's garbage, even if you normalize it, they're still more expensive. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But, what was I saying? Right. That $50 that the winner got, that probably would have covered for the track. I'm not sure how long the track was, but I don't imagine that by the end of it, he would have, or she would have ended up having much left. But, yeah, so I do need to check those scooters out. They do sound like a lot of fun. I have rode a hoverboard before. I've got a mate who's got a hoverboard. He's coming on in a later episode, not because of the hoverboard. He's coming on for various other stuff. But I've ridden a hoverboard before, and it went about as badly as the time I tried to ride a skateboard. So I stood on it. I moved about, I don't know, a couple centimeters. I fell off. I tried it again. Same thing happened. Didn't hit my head, which was probably a good thing. If I'd hit my head, then it was a road, so I would have not been in a happy state, that's for sure. So, I'm not sure how long this call is going to take. I'm assuming it's about the hot water service. So, I don't know if he's going to have to leave or what's going to happen. I don't imagine he's going to have to, but if he does, I guess we can end it here, because my recording's saying about an hour 40, but after that cut we had before, that'll be about 6 minutes that we're losing. So, yeah. I'm not sure what he's going to want to do. We'll find out when he gets back. If anyone's wondering what this is, it's just a thermostat. I've got water in it. There's nothing too special about it. But this thing is, I would really recommend one of them. If you ever, not just this brand, just a thermostat in general. This one, if you've never been to Australia or you've never been to somewhere hot, you'll know that one of the problems is that if you leave a bottle of water in a car, it's going to be unusable by the time you get back. This thing, I've left in a car when it's like 40 degrees Celsius outside, which, I don't know, like 130 Fahrenheit, something dumb like that. And I've left like ice cold water in it with ice blocks in it. I come back 4 hours later, it's still ice cold. Pick up a thermostat if you're anywhere hot, or you could go the other way. You could put something really hot in there, and I presume this is like a cold hot bottle as well. So I presume that if you put something really hot in there, you come back like 3-4 hours later, it'll probably still be hot. I haven't tested that out though, just because I'm using it as a water bottle. Now, I don't really have anywhere to keep going with that, basically, so... if you notice that I've been yawning a bit throughout the show, and seem kind of out of it, I didn't get too much sleep, so I'm a little bit tired today, and... yeah. With the previous episode, we started recording a bit later, so I had a bit of time to just like wake up a bit more, but it's about 10 a.m. here, which I know 10 a.m. is not early, but I work night fill, so when I'm working, I'm not getting to bed till about midnight. So I'm pretty much in a habit of doing midnight to 8 a.m. If I wasn't working that job, I'd probably be getting up like 6 a.m. or so. I couldn't do what, what's his name? Not Goggins. Why am I forgetting what his name is? Give me one sec. I occasionally will retweet his pictures. Let me just find it on Twitter. I really wish I had someone to do this for me. I see why most podcasts try to get someone to actually, handle Googling stuff, because it is a pain to do it if you have to do it all yourself. Jocko, that's it. So Jocko, where he'll post pictures of his watch, and it's like 4:30 in the morning. 4:30, time to get up. Especially on a Sunday. You don't want to stay in bed any longer than that. That's for sure. But yeah, anyway, why was I talking about Jocko? I don't remember. Right, because I get up at 8 a.m. So because of that, what was it? I get up at 8 a.m. Why did I say because of that? I don't even know. Also the fact that I'm living in a share house, so if other people wake up and make noise, then I'm gonna get woken up, and I've got a dog here, so if she decides that it's time to play at 5 in the morning, or it's time to start barking at 5 in the morning, then I'm gonna be awake then, and obviously I'm gonna go back to bed, but even then my sleep is still kind of ruined, because you really only get like a good 5 hours sleep, and then you get like a kind of awful sleep after that, because once it's 5 a.m, especially here right now, because the sun's pretty much up at that point, so you're going back to sleep while the sun's rising. It's not the best situation. I know I could get better blinds. Like, I've got the blinds I'm currently using aren't great, or to more like a shutter thingy you pull down. They're not great at blocking out light, 'cause it still comes in through the edges, so it's still a bit dark. Or bit bright, sorry. If it was a bit dark, that'd be nice. But he is taking considerably longer than I was thinking he would take, so I don't even know if I can keep this going. We'll keep going with the light topic, I guess. So I've got this window thingy, massive window, lets in a lot of light. So if I'm going to bed or going back to bed at 5 a.m, I'm waking up as the sun's coming up, and because the sun's coming up, it gets harder and harder to sleep. I honestly don't know how people do, like, proper overnights, because I finish at 10, so give me a bit of time after that and I'll get into bed. But actually finishing at like 4 a.m, I don't know how people do that. That would completely ruin my sleep. I thought I heard him come back, but his mic's still muted, so I guess not. Yeah, I think I'll just cut back till he actually gets back now. Actually, you know what? I think we can keep going with that. Yeah, I don't know how people do those like proper overnights. I would probably have some terrible sleep, and I'd be depressed all the time. I guess I guess you could get used to it if you got like proper blackout curtains, but without getting something like that, I don't know. I feel like it would just be way too difficult to actually, sleep and not be a depressed person. But I guess that's why some people who actually do work shifts like that end up having like pretty bad depression and just pretty bad health in general. I know some people get away with it, like going through that and actually, still having a healthy life, but too many people I've spoken to who've done shifts like that, it's just been, pretty horrible for them. But yeah, I've been talking to myself for like 8 minutes now, I reckon. Whoa, I'm so tired. I don't remember waking up this morning like early, so I'm not sure why I'm so tired. I think it's just, I don't know. Hey, look, he's back.
Yeah, sleep. Yeah, sorry about that. You know how we were talking earlier about
I don't know what you just said there. You just completely cut out.
Thank you, internet. Very cool. So you know how earlier in the we were talking about how like things haven't opened up and electives, are being going and projects haven't been released, etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just got my project.
Oh, for what?
Not for the community.
For the community service one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for that, I'm going to be like running a class with another software engineering student that I have never heard of. So
that sounds like it's going to go exceptionally well.
And the project can be... So they said one of the projects that some other people have done is how to have like a Facebook presence and also be safe on Facebook. So if that's their guidelines, this is going to be easy.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you just got to be like super HR speak. That's one of those things that's part of the reason I do want to do my own thing. I don't want to deal with HR. That sounds like a pain.
Trust me, HR sucks. Like with some of the stuff that, as you're aware that I'm doing, you have to be very political and you have to be very non-biased, etc., etc., and you're not allowed to say naughty words because if you do, you get banned and have to write a 2-page apology. Which, man, it sucks.
It does.
But, it is what it is.
Right, I was going to say earlier about that honors project, like, because I know with the ICT guys, by this point, they would have had their projects and they could have easily picked it. But we just haven't seen anything about that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I can't
imagine they'd expect us to plan our own projects, especially when they're doing it for all the other courses.
Well, who was I talking to? I can't even remember who it was, but like, some people like... I won't name people, but like one dude had to like interface with one of the machines here and then like kind of do like a remote printing thing so that you could remotely print to that machine. And it's like a big, from what I remember, it was basically like a huge 3D printer.
Right.
And you needed to be able to like interface with it and see like all the vitals of it. So like make sure it wasn't overheating, etc., etc. Sure. Like, that was his project, and, like, what he did with it was pretty neat. And then other people literally got, like, here's a game idea.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, our boy Aiden.
Yeah, and, like, one of my other friends, like, he did his and did it really well. And his project coordinator, our boy Stuart, the Moon Lord himself.
Stuart is a top lad.
Absolutely love him. Said... that Stuart was pushing them to release it on Steam.
Jesus.
Under not even green, it's not Greenlight anymore. But they were being pushed to release it, and he was like, "Well, I mean, it's good, but like, I don't know if I want to release it because I don't know if it's that good." Which that's kind of like some content I have lined up. I was scrolling through Reddit. And it was posted on Steam, but was later deleted because the mods are trash mod. All mods are trash mods.
That's fair.
Even I'm a trash mod, to be fair. I just like server muting people and seeing how long it takes them.
I know the feeling.
Anyway, I saw the post and I downloaded the game, and like I didn't have my massive PC.
Oh no, my dog's barking.
I didn't have my PC, so I downloaded it on my laptop. And like I said, my laptop's pretty beefy as it is, especially for a laptop. And it ran like ass, even on like very settings. Unity game.
Yeah.
Like, and it's an interesting concept, but like I said, it runs like ass. So if it runs any better on my big PC, I'll be very surprised. But if it, still runs like ass, well then I'm just going to be like, I would like to, talk to you about the gameplay, but when it runs like ass, it's not an enjoyable experience and it's not enjoyable to watch. So that's it. Game trash. End of review. Roll credits.
Where did that even come from? I don't remember. I kind of phased out for a second there.
Releasing games on Steam.
Right, yeah, okay.
Well, that's
actually impressive, because some of the stuff I've seen coming out of that uni has been garbage.
Yeah. We've also stuff. Like, the whole reason that I kind of downloaded the one game that I was talking about that I saw on Reddit was because it was someone's project. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I kind of empathize with, I know what it's like to, have a project and not not be sure of how well it is or like how, good it is.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's a lot of fucking garbage on Steam. There's also a lot of garbage that isn't on Steam. We're looking at you, Yandere.
Yeah, I've recently got into looking into what's happening with the Yandere dev, and holy crap, that's a mess and a half.
Oh yeah. Like even back in the day, like some of my favorite videos on the internet, world record for getting banned from his Discord.
Yeah, that's an awesome video.
Yeah, there's one dude who currently holds the record because he got banned because of his name, not because of anything else, just his name. He didn't even have to post anything, so easy. And like I remember back in the day looking at it, like he used like what was it? It wasn't 26. He used definitely over like 6 consecutive if-else statements.
Yep.
And it's just
one of the other things was he used an if statement instead of doing a just some basic maths for converting. Yeah. Like I think it was some sort of value into another one. So it was like if it was 5, then it's like 0.2. If it's 4, it's point whatever. Instead of just doing the maths because it had like a consistent scale.
Oh god. Come on, man. There was what else was there? Like his Twitch streams used to be, him developing the game. Now it's just him playing games. Everyone in the chat is like, so when are you going to finish the game?
Never.
Eventually. I'm quite fond of the saying soon TM.
I love soon TM. Soon TM is a fun one.
Yeah.
It's how I respond when anyone complains about anything's missing with LBRY, just like soon TM.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe.
Another, hot dumpster fire that's on Steam at the moment is have you heard of a game called Day of Dragons?
No, I'm not big into gaming right now. I'm kind of just getting back into it. Yeah,
fair. Don't buy this game because it's a fucking Unity asset flip and has no custom code whatsoever.
Oh,
it's literally like Unity assets that have been bought from the Unity store.
Yeah.
And then, so they've bought it's like a sandbox, right? They've bought the terrain. They've bought like all of the dragons that are in the game and you just fly around at the moment. And that's literally it.
Oh, wow. And how much are they charging for this?
Good question. I'll find out. And I'm pretty sure it's getting review bombed at the moment.
Guess a tenner at least.
Higher.
20.
Little bit higher. It's 21.71.
Oh, okay. That is Australian dollar being garbage. So
yeah,
it's probably more like 15.
Oh no, it's on sale at the moment. It's usually $28.95.
What? So it's over $20 US. Jesus Christ.
No, this is Australian.
No, I know. I'm converting it to US.
Yeah, and it is trash. There was a YouTuber who used to like servers for the game,
Mm.
and he was like, "I'm distancing myself from this game until they actually do something with it." And then someone saw it and was like, "Be a shame if something happened to your cute little German Shepherd."
Oh,
So,
Jesus
and he was
Christ.
like, "You know what? That's it. I'm out." But yeah, like I said, you can't actually do anything. And I'm not sure. There's been like a lot of videos made. It was a Kickstarter scam, essentially.
Yeah, those are not uncommon. That's for sure.
Yeah. But, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Like I said, there's a lot of Unity asset flips on the Steam market. I wrote a paper on markets and like how to market your game if you release it.
Right. What'd you do that for?
I did it for You Remember Tools for software, when we had to write that paper on anything that was a software development.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I said that Steam and places like GOG and Humble Bundle were technically development tools because it allows you to publish. Well, I talked more about Steam mainly because they have like assets and scripts that allow you to like write your own installers.
Yeah.
And it also, kind of allows you to manage, your game and repository, and all those good stuff, and all that good stuff.
Mm.
And yeah, it was really interesting. And I talked a lot about how like Greenlight was a dumpster fire, because like with Greenlight, all you had to do was hit a certain number of likes. It didn't matter the ratio of likes. Like you could have got downvoted.
Wait, the ratio didn't matter?
No, ratio didn't matter. You just hit a certain number of likes, you got published.
Far out.
Yeah, and so someone worked out that you could write a bot to do it all for you. And the bot repository is still up on GitHub to this day. Because I linked it in my report. I was like, oh yeah, the ratio doesn't matter, by the way. There's just a bot chilling on GitHub that you can use to upvote all your stuff.
Oh my
And that was
Lord.
that was a huge problem with CS:GO before the LBRY UI up. There used to be like recommended workshop items, which it used to be cool maps that were made or cool skins that people photoshopped. It then became win a free knife, which is a scam, by the way.
You think?
Nothing's ever free. Well, the cheapest knife in Counterstrike is 80 Australian dollars. I think last time I checked, it might have gone up because, like I said, prices are highly inflated at the moment.
Did you just say 80?
Yes, 80.
What?
Because knives. Well, the way that it works is knives are the rarest items in the game. Even though, like, you can, and their patterns and, like, the designs that they have on them will not always be the same. So there are things like case hardens, which is like it's kind of like it's a pattern that's kind of blue, purple. Well, it's got a little bit of purple in it, and it's also got like a gold on it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the case harden, there are these things, blue gems, how the design is just completely blue. They're extremely rare, and I think at least a field tested, which is worse, wear ratings, because... So that's something I should explain as well. Each item has its own wear rating,
right.
And like the more worn it is, the less it's worth. So like field tested is one of factory new, minimal wear, field tested, and battle scarred, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Field tested is so battle scar is the most worn, and field tested is kind of like the most common because it's such a huge like wear rating.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like factory new and minimal wear cover like a very small percentage of wear. And Anomaly sold like a field tested AK that was just completely like $2,000, I think. Yeah. Like
What is this game?
I mean, and like I said, these are all items. I have where is it? I have an Orp Worm God, which is one of the most common skins, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, so it's currently $13 on the Steam market, but because it's a rare float, which is what you call the wear rating, it's float. Because it has a rare float value, it's worth $18 to $20, I think, from memory.
This is dumb. This is actually dumb.
I love it so much.
I can
this is why I
see
invested
that.
in this market. Yeah. It's good stuff.
I bet I could just bring you on for an entire episode just of Counterstrike. You'd probably be able to do it.
I reckon I should. I reckon I could if you. Well, when is?
I don't want to, but I reckon you could.
Man, like I said, I know a lot about. I'm a huge Counter-Strike.
I can see that. Yeah.
When is the next Counter-Strike major? I know it's in Rio, and I know at some point. The question is, when is it?
Do we do like a the sort of like Joe Rogan thing where they do a fight companion? We do a CS:GO companion.
Oh god!
I'll be the one who has no idea what I'm talking about, and you can be just talking the entire time.
See, that's the thing. Like most of the stuff that I know, like, isn't stuff that I found out myself. I've just stuff that other people have said.
Yeah.
So like, there's when I was talking about like CS:GO investments, most of my investments I follow from a guy called TDM Jesus. He's Australian, and he does a lot of like investment stuff. And he did, I think it was 2 10-minute videos on the Dick Stacy anomaly,
right?
Which was like the Dick Stacy stickers and how they've kind of, like I said, they were $2. Or sorry, the foil ones were $2. They're, like I said, they're up to 14 now. The high tier Dick Stacy stickers, like the gold stickers, they were $100. They're $300 now.
What?
No, I'm deadly serious.
No, I believe you're serious. I know how ridiculous this sort of stuff can get. That is dumb. I love it. It's dumb. I love the internet. Stuff like this can't happen in real life.
Yeah. I mean, you say that. AMD box literally exists.
Coin collectors also. It's like, do you want to pay $500 for a 10-cent coin?
Yeah. I mean, that was one thing. I've always kind of been a collector. I have a metric ton of cards. Some of them are worth a lot. Some of them are just straight trash. But I refuse to get rid of them because they have sentiment.
That's fair.
And also, I still kind of use them and play them. By the way, the next CS:GO major is in May, in Rio. It's on specifically May 21st. Is when it starts. So CS:GO will probably release a viewer pass for that, and then the pick'em, and that.
Oh, you're cutting
the
out.
The last event. Sorry. So there'll be an event in CS:GO for that, and hopefully I can get. But if not, I just kind of like the coin that you get from doing stuff.
Yeah, you cut out quite a bit through that.
God, I think my mic's kind of being.
I don't know what's going on through that. I got sort of the gist of it, but you were cutting out quite a bit.
Yeah. So for the major, CS does like an event where like it's kind of like tipping. So you pick the teams that are gonna advance, and then pick the teams who are gonna exit by losing 3 in a row. So you pick the team that's gonna exit without winning a game.
Right.
And the more tips that you get correct, the like higher tier like collector's coin you get.
Right. Okay.
And so the last event they did, there was like bronze, silver, gold, and diamond.
Right.
I had if you did all the event, if you did all the challenges / like tips, you got a diamond coin. And one of the challenges was, watch the event on Twitch or Steam.tv. They broke their API, and so a lot of the watching events didn't work. So even if you didn't watch it, you got that challenge ticked off anyway, and a lot of people got diamond coins that didn't deserve them. I know, because I was one of them.
Lovely.
And so now I just flex on people with my diamond Katowice coin. And even one of Dick Stacy, who actually played in that event, only got a gold coin. So I kind of laugh at that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, Dick Stacy, if you're watching this, hit me up. Huge fan.
Mate, I didn't even know who Dick Stacy was before today. Hey,
Follow him on Twitter. He posts some good memes.
I'll do that. I don't even follow too many people on Twitter, do I? I don't know sure who I follow.
You follow me.
I know I follow you. Let's see who I follow. Oh, I just remembered. If I save that for next episode, then that's going to be too long away. Have you heard about Project Melody?
Oh, is this the hentai bot on Chatterbait?
It's not actually a bot. It's a mocap.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I have heard about this.
So
I love this so much. Please explain it.
Okay, so basically we have this thing called... This all starts from something called MMD. So MMD is sort of like a animation thing for like 3D models. So what people have done is they can take those models and then basically they can like put them into something like VR chat and other things like that. And I'm not sure exactly what program she's using, but you can basically mocap with that model. And you know it's mocap because she lets it fuck up occasionally. So, doing some naughty things, she will occasionally have her arm clip through her body, and like her arm just starts like breaking around. Anyway, so what ends up happening is she makes a Chatterbait account. She actually gets Chatterbait to accept her. It's not like she just made an account and they just haven't deleted her. They actually knowingly verify her, knowing what she was going to do. And then basically, she became the biggest cam girl literally the second she made her account. So the next biggest users had like 8,000 viewers. She was 30,000 or something like that. And every single day she came on, 30,000, 30,000, 30,000, 25,000, 30,000. Every day she's just crushing it. And basically, if you don't know, there's also this thing called a VTuber. So a VTuber is a virtual YouTuber. They basically use like anime avatars or various other avatars. So it's a combination of that sort of more mocap-y stuff where a lot of the VTubers, they'll use something called Live 2D. So Live 2D is mainly just for 2D images. Whereas, and you do have a couple of VTubers that do 3D stuff, and they are doing something presumably similar to what Melody's using. But she's combined the VTuber stuff with being a cam girl and is making tons and tons of money. And there are some cam girls who are getting so angry at her for this because they're like, oh, she's just a bot. She's not working hard. The problem is that she actually is. She's doing more work than they're doing because what's happening is you'll go watch some of the like actual cam girl streams. They're just all sitting there just waiting for you to send tips to them. She's interacting with the chat. She's trying to actually make an entertaining show because she's also a YouTuber and she's also a Twitch streamer. So she understands that if you want people to give you money, you actually have to make a show. You can't just be like, I'm just going to sit here, give me money. I'm attractive, give me money. She actually is making something that people want to watch.
Simp culture in a nutshell. And oh my god, the moment I heard about this, I keep thinking of the we have a visual of Hose being mad, Hose mad over. And like I said, some of the meltdown tweets are some of the funniest shit I have ever seen in a long time. All I can say in like response.
Sorry,
go on.
My favorite is there's one person who was complaining that she isn't allowed to be verified because you can't determine what the age of the animation is.
Oh. There was also. Yeah, all I can say to this is like, listen, like to the cam girls who like just sit there and it's like, give me money, and this goes for like a lot of Twitch streamers as well. Financial domination is not a personality. Do something, because like, do you remember Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny. The name slightly rings a bell, but I can't think of who you're talking about.
Oh well, she had a meltdown. It got featured in like It's a Gun. She's basically female DSP, like $5. You can't afford.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what her name was. Okay.
Yeah, well,
explain the story for anyone who hasn't heard about it.
Hello.
I'll say explain the story for anyone who hasn't heard about it.
So, she is like she streams in Just Chatting, talking about politics, and then like she just randomly has like an outburst of like people who won't sub to her, or like people haven't subbed to her. Excuse me. And like then she then complains like, oh, you have all this time to sit around and watch me, but you can't even spare $5 to sub to me. Just YouTube the outburst. It's great. Anyway, I got bored, and when I get bored, I scroll through just to see like what garbage is in there. And I saw her stream, and I joined it, and I joined right at the moment she had a meltdown about people who weren't subbing. And holy Jesus, it was one of the funniest things I have ever watched. And so, like, I wanted to, like, talk shit and try and get banned. And so, like, she's got, like, the 10-minute followers thing. So, like, you have to be followed 10 minutes to be able to... And so, like, by that time, she had her meltdown, and someone gifted a couple of subs, and so meltdown over, right? So after that, you know, continues talking about politics, and then she said someone came in with like an opposing view of like the ideas that she had, and she like called them retarded and cringe. And so by that time, I had earned enough like bits, because you know how Twitch has like the chat bits.
Yeah.
That like the more you watch, the more bits you earn. I had earned enough to highlight a message, and I highlighted my message. It was like, imagine thinking someone with an opposing view is cringe-hearted, Lamau. Or if I have ever been getting close to banned in that chat, it was that. And then someone came in and it was like Trump 2020 meltdown followed, and it was one of the funniest things. And she's like, oh, I don't care, you know, about your side of politics, and I don't care, like, why do you think anyone cares about Trump? So I just added the dude who said, it's like, I care. It's okay, I care. And then like my final message before I got bored and left was, I wonder, typed in DSP, didn't get my message banned or anything. So if I ever need any future content, I'll start annoying her again, because it's mildly amusing. And like I said, being a simp does not, being a simp doesn't mean, you know, you have a personality, and financial domination isn't a personality either.
Absolutely. If you can't make entertaining content, then you don't deserve a cent. Like, this is what I say at the end of my videos. If you want to donate to my channel, go right ahead, but I don't care if you do or not. That's entirely up to you. If you feel like my content deserves some money, feel free to donate, but if you don't want to, that's entirely up to you. I'm going to keep making the content. If you don't think the content's worth it, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's like I said, you know, like for people actually, like for me, have to actually earn it. Like I used to be subbed to 2 people on Twitch, and I don't anymore because I pay rent.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like I followed, I think it was like either 50 from 50 to 100, and those, like, out of those 50 to 100, I only subbed 2 because I thought they were the people who did most.
You are cutting out horrendously right now.
Sorry.
I got most of it. You only subbed 2 people out of 50, 100 you were following. Because
they were the people who deserved it the most.
Yeah.
I promise, like, next time... Well, if there is a next time I get invited on...
There'll be a next time. I don't have a massive
God damn it!
Oh, fucking hell. You won't get invited on to keep doing that.
No, because I noticed as I was speaking, Discord kind of cut me out. No, I was saying, like, my audio will be a lot better next time because I'll probably have internet at my place.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, there is no probably, there will be.
Well,
so...
we'll see what, we'll see how often you come on, because I don't have a massive list of people, and I don't know how often they'd want to come on anyway, that's the thing. At least at this stage, while there's not much of an audience. Once there's, like, something for people to actually get out of it, then I could actually get some people on, but right now, the first episode's not even up yet, so asking people to come on that I don't know isn't really happening.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, like, back, like, this was last year when I was, you know, kind of more involved in CS and wasn't as busy with, like, a lot of the other side projects that I talked to, like, a couple of, like, my CSGO friends. It's like, you want to make a podcast? And, like, then, like, at that time, like, everyone was making a podcast. Like, everyone and their dog had a podcast. Like, the Misfits had just started theirs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, this was around that time. Like, everyone
Yeah.
And like that's the thing, everyone has a podcast now, so
Yeah. Well, I think if you do the sort of content I do, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really fit in the sort of style of my content. Like, I can't talk about, I don't know, the Steam Marketplace or random people having meltdowns on Twitch. That just doesn't fit in the content of my channel. Whereas the podcast gives you that place where if you want to do, like, I don't hate the people who do, like, this is what my podcast is about. I do Linux. I do tech. I do whatever. I don't want this podcast to be that, though. I want this to be the place where I can just chat with people. I can bring people on and just talk about whatever. If I want to bring on... I've got a mate who is, like, religiously vegan, and he thinks that anyone who eats meat is, like... He calls them carnists, which is hilarious.
fair enough.
And, like, you are literally the devil if you eat meat.
Oh, yeah, I've been called the devil for different reasons, but when I went into like my local, well, not even my local, I went to like the mall yesterday just to pick up a grounded power board for my computer because I didn't have one and my cords weren't long enough to reach the power point, so that was kind of a good middle ground. And you want a grounded power board to protect your stuff anyway in case the power ever goes out or anything. And like I said, well, my PC, I spent a lot of money of it, and I worked a job that I hated for, I think it was like a month and a half to 2 months. And out of that job, I built my PC.
Mm-hmm.
So that PC kind of means a lot to me, and it also has the sentimental value of you work hard and you can afford, anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So the anonymous vegans who usually go in on Sundays were there, and I was very, very tempted to walk down to the food court, get a bucket of KFC, and just stand there and eat it in front of them. Because, oh my god. And, like, my sister, who's just moved to Adelaide, asked me, who are those? Those people are people who are retarded. I mean, like, I get you can have, like, your vegan viewpoint, that's fine. Just don't shove it down my throat.
Oh, no,
I'll make the choice if I want to.
I don't care if someone wants to be a vegan. I have a problem with people who are, I guess, their life is being a vegan.
Yeah. And
it's the same. I have a problem with people who are like that. Sorry, I cut you off. But people who are like that politically as well. If you are like a really far left and that's your entire personality, or you're really far right, that's your entire personality, you're going to be an obnoxious person. I don't really care who you are. And it's the same with...
Socialism is not a personality.
Socialism is not a personality. Veganism is not a personality.
Good times. But, like, Anonymous... And, like, they always use is it the Guy Fawkes mask?
Yeah, Guy Fawkes.
Yeah. Like, they always use those masks. It's like, don't ruin the message. Come on. Like, the mask used to stand for something. Now it doesn't.
Absolutely.
But, what I don't get with these people is, like, they always show animals being slaughtered. This is where your meat comes from. It's like, yeah, well, it doesn't grow off of a bacon tree. Like, where did you think it came from?
I do like how that's supposed to be some sort of, like, argument against eating meat. It's like, did you know that animals get slaughtered for this? Like, yes, I'm aware. They taste delicious. I've seen how a sausage is made. I still eat them. They taste good.
Yeah. I mean, I've lived on a farm, so I know what and like kill for meat. Another thing, someone hit me with, a vegan hit me with one time. Did you know that, animals can feel what we feel. They're intellectual beings. Like, did you know that potatoes have sensory receptors so they can feel pain as well? And it's like the wheels slowly start turning. It's but that doesn't count. Yes, it does. That's your argument. Goodbye.
Did you know that a mushroom is closer to being an animal than a mollusk is? So you should probably eat mollusks instead.
Yeah. Like I said, you can make like all the arguments, and another argument that people make is that farming is cruelty free.
Oh, that's a good meme.
Good meme. It's like, I live in farmland, and farmers routinely have to patrol their crops so that things like kangaroos and emus don't, walk around and eat their crops, so that they can harvest. So they have to, be.
On the point of kangaroos, Where do the Americans get this idea that kangaroos are some, like, endangered species?
No idea.
They're
really not.
So for anyone who doesn't know, there's actually twice the amount of kangaroos in Australia than there are people. They are actually a pest.
Yeah, it's
there's
insane.
a reason why there's a reason why every single place you can go to buy pet food will have kangaroo as an option, because we just have too many of them.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, there's, like, in my hometown, we have to, like, drive between, like, from where I live to, like, the next town over to do grocery shopping. And, like, you routinely see, like, I can't even count how many kangaroos along the... Like, it's insane. Yeah. And they're not even scared of, like, the highway or anything. Like, they just stand there and chill. They know that either... You know, they've accepted their fate. Either they get hit or they know what's good.
Well, on my trips to Waikerie, I routinely see at least... And that's when I'm driving and not paying attention to the sides of the road. I see, like, 6 or so kangaroos. Like, it's just dead on the side of the road. And that's when I'm, like, driving and not paying attention to whether there's dead shit on the side of the road. And it's something stupid. Like, how many kangaroos are there? Like, 40 million? 30 million? I don't remember how many people there are.
Last time I checked, Australia had either 21 or 24 million. So double that.
Yeah, so it's not exactly double. I think it's a bit less than double, so it's like 38 or something million kangaroos.
Well, another pest that I didn't even know we had that many, feral pig. I didn't even... Apparently there's like 24 million of them roaming around.
No, feral pigs are also just... They're a problem wherever they're brought into.
Yeah, like, I didn't even... Like, they're more of a problem... Well, they're not as much of a problem where I live. Well, they don't exactly exist where I live. But, like, I couldn't believe that there were 24 million of them.
Yeah.
And, like, another thing that was surprising to me, and I'll relate this back to tech for you, is that there are so many, like, people on YouTube making content of them hunting, like, feral pigs.
Yeah, how did we get this far off of tech? I don't even know how that happened.
I have no idea, but, you know, good thing about a podcast is content, you know, you just on your mind.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, you're saying hunting channels.
Yeah, like, there were, like, just specifically for hunting feral pigs in, Eastern Australia.
Okay. Sure, okay.
Yeah, like, it's ridiculous. Like, and there's heaps of them. And, like, if you want to talk about Australian culture, watch, like, some of their channels. Because, like, you pick up... Like, some of them are, like proper bogans. I'm talking, like, you know, walking around the middle of, like, a paddock with, like, 6-foot-high sugarcane in nothing but, like, a singlet, short, and thong.
I love rural
By the
Australia.
way, the thong's the shoe wear, not, you know, the other...
Yeah, no, they're not walking around in those sorts of thongs. That would be an interesting image.
Yeah, just for the people who don't know.
For the Americans, the flip-flops.
Yeah. Or if you're... See, another thing about Australian culture, we hate New Zealand.
Also, like, actually, if not flip-flops, I know, like, they're not exactly sandals.
Yeah, see, in New Zealand, they call them jandals.
Jandals?
Like, yeah, like, it's spelled like sandal with a J, and it makes no fucking sense.
Can we remove them from the Commonwealth?
No, listen. You put me as Prime Minister.
Right.
I'm going to do exactly what I did the first time I played Heart. I play as Australia, leave the Commonwealth. Sorry. So, I become Prime Minister, demand New Zealand, don't get New Zealand, leave the Commonwealth, invade New Zealand anyway. Easy. Yeah, no, Hearts of Iron, when I did that, kind of had a seizure because the UK was still requesting that, you know, they could dock ships in my harbours, and I was saying yes, and actually, we're not going to do that. And then about 2 minutes later, be like, hey, can we dock ships in your harbours? Yeah, sure, that's fine. Oh, wait, we can't do that. Oh, Paradox, you've never made a game that anyone's understood to this.
I've never played Hearts of Iron. I've never been much of a tactics person or like a world builder person. Yeah,
see, like, before, like, this is when I grew up, and when I mean grew up, like, I'm talking when I was like 3 and 4 years old. I grew up with like a Windows 95, and even though like this was in the early 2000s when XP was still kicking around, Like I just like use this Windows 95 every day. You know, and I grew up playing games like Age of Empires, the first one, Quake, which, you know, to be fair, probably wasn't appropriate for like a 4-year-old.
Maybe.
As I got older, like I kind of diversified my tastes. There's this one Lucas. Is it Lucas Arts?
It sounds
the
right.
game company.
Yeah,
I think so. I have it on my. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's called Outlaws 3D, and like I said, I used to play it all the time on my Windows 95, and I got so good at it, I could finish because it was the way I got was we didn't have internet for like a good portion of my life.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. So like, my mum gave me this trial disc, and it had 95 different trialwares or sharewares on them. And one of them was this game by Outlaw. And I played it so much that I could speed run it and complete the whole level. I think it was about 10. I think was my personal best. But like, to be fair, you didn't have to like necessarily like find all the secrets or anything.
Yeah.
Complete the level and then, get rid of enough people to spawn the final dude. And then like you kill the last dude, and then that's the end of the. Is it not on this account? I thought I still had it. Hey, or did I put it in? Is it? Oh no, it's still here. Thank God.
On that note, when did you actually get an internet connection? Like, what year do you reckon?
Good question. I reckon we got it when I was 10, and that's when like. I think we got it around because I was like quite late. CS 1.6, so I think we got ours around 2010, and then Go released in 2012. Counterstrike Go, and then that was once that released, I kind of fell off and didn't bother playing anymore.
I'm pretty sure I got an internet. I didn't get one until I came back to South Australia. Actually, no, even later than that. Until I actually moved into the house that my parents owned a few years back before they split up. So that would have been... I think YouTube had just come out, because I remember my cousin telling me about this new website that had just come out where you can watch videos online. And it's like, here's this new website, it's called YouTube. It's like, oh, I'll remember that. I'll remember to bookmark that website so I don't forget about it. So that would have been like 06, I reckon. Because I then started playing RuneScape a little bit later than that, right after the Grand Exchange came out.
Oh, dude, I only just got into RuneScape. What would it be now? A year ago, maybe?
Yeah.
No, it would have. Yeah, no. It would have been a year ago, because I don't do a lot of like YouTube stuff, but I occasionally stream on Twitch. And when I like first started streaming, I joined like an affiliate team thing. And one of the members of the team posted me, and they were playing RuneScape. So like I was like, oh, you guys are all from RuneScape. Let me just switch over. So I started playing, and to this day, I'm still playing. And that was a year ago.
It's a game. It's time sink. That's all it is for me. Yeah. I haven't played it in so long. But when I played it, it just felt like I was wasting time all the time.
I mean, at the moment, I'm trying to do iron, but you know, it's kind of a stretch. I'm trying to get my smithing up high enough so I can start smelting gold. And then once I can start smelting gold, I'm going to start making rings. And then once I can make rings, I'm going to enchant them, sell them on the Grand Exchange.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just sign in and see how much more coal. Because I need a lot, because I'm smelting steel at the moment. And like, as you can tell, pretty low level. But am I by the bank? Yes, I am. Yeah, so I need 1,000. Yeah, 1,000. I need like almost 1,500 pieces of coal. Well, that I need to collect to get my smithing up to the correct level. To then start smelting gold.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. With that being said, though, my character's, he's a free to play character. He's getting there.
I remember getting 99
there.
cooking in free to play. That wasn't a fun experience.
Yeah. My mining at the moment is level 55, and that's my highest stat. It is not a fun. It has not been a fun time to get it that high.
Well, because I was doing what was best money at the time? I think it was tuna.
Oh, yep.
So I was doing most profitability.
I mean, there's this one place that one of my huge time sinks that I spent into the game was getting my fishing, cooking, and also fishing, cooking, log cutting, and also fire starting high enough. Because there's this one spot where there's there's a fishing spot, and then I can't remember what type of tree it is. It's a pretty high level one. I think you need to be around level 30 to cut it down.
30 would have been Willow?
I think it is. I think it is Willow. Or, hang on. RuneScape.
The RuneScape cast.
RuneScape Wiki is best friend. My best friend. Anyway, it's because I needed to get my wood cutting and fire starting to a high enough level to cut down, those type of trees.
Yep.
And then, start a fire. So then I could cook the fish that I caught.
Right, yeah.
And it's near, I can't remember what town it's near, but like I said, it was just in the perfect spot. There were, willow trees, and then there was, a little fishing spot. And then there was a bank there. There was also, relatively close. I think so.
Because Draenor was where people went for willows.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a free-to-play area.
Yeah, it would have been Draenor
everyone and their dog was there.
Yeah. Was there, a market sort of thing next to the bank?
As I said, I can't remember. It's been I might log back into RuneScape and see where...
I'm pretty sure you're talking about Draenor.
Because I know where it is on the map, I just can't think of the next...
I don't know why I remember that name.
I mean, like I said, I'm mining coal at LBRY because that's, the closest free-to-play place I can get. That's relatively empty because, all the scorpions just aggro the low players out of it. And then all the higher players are generally 500.
Can you do mining guild in free-to-play?
Maybe. I'm unsure.
Because mining guild is best place for coal. I'm pretty sure. At least it was when I was playing.
I'll have to go and have a... Yes, it is Draenor.
Yeah, okay.
By the way. Yeah. Anyway, I want to get up to Yule. Because there's one of those... There's a Yule... Well, there's a Yule tree, rather, out in Varrock, I think, at the back of the castle.
Yeah, I think it's two there, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So once I get high enough, that's probably my next thing. But again, time, and I want to get most of my steel stuff going. And once I get up to steel, I'll probably buy a bond, and then start making arrow tips in them.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing you could do now.
Yeah, arrow
No, I mean the bond thing.
Oh yeah. Or I could, by the time I finish, I'll probably have enough to buy a bond, to be perfectly honest. Because, like I said, I'll have over 1,200 pieces of steel sell, and some of it I'll use to make better gear because Iron Man account.
For anyone who hasn't played RuneScape, or at least hasn't played in a long time, a bond wasn't a way to buy membership with just gold.
Well, yeah, that's how you get your membership with just gold.
Yeah. So, back when I was playing, you had to actually pay the membership fee, but if you can make enough money in free-to-play, then you can get yourself into members, and hopefully, from that point, you can make even more money. But
yeah,
that also then turns being allowed to play the game in members into a job, which...
Yeah. Well, there was a video... I think it's a lot of people in Venezuela are playing RuneScape at the moment, 24 hours a day. because their economy is so trash, they end up like selling RuneScape stuff and then using the gold, selling the gold for real money.
Jesus.
Because their economy is so trash.
Well, there's a couple of guys on LBRY that are in Venezuela as well, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
You're saying, sorry, I cut you off.
No, and then because they go into like the wild and they hunt. They use their Slayer stats to hunt like different stuff in the wild.
Right.
I can't remember the guy, like the video that I saw, and he pulled up one of the guys because he like absolutely destroyed him because he was level 99, but he only had 5 health. I think that was his challenge, and so he just went into the wild, destroyed people, and he found like a bunch of these people from Venezuela, like trying to make enough money to survive.
Jesus.
And like they just sit in the wild hunting, this one kind of animal. I forget what video it was, but it was an interesting watch. And yeah, it was just an all-round interesting video.
That is crazy. I didn't know anything like that existed for RuneScape, but
yeah,
considering that there are real money auction houses, it makes sense for people in countries where they just have no better way to make money, because if you're not doing that, how are you... Like, I don't know how most people end up surviving in Venezuela.
Yeah, things are... Well, I'm not exactly sure how... That's, one of the things that people are doing. Were you around when JagX kind of had that problem where, paying for a membership were getting declined by either their bank or Visa because of all, like, the, gold scams that are going on?
I didn't hear anything about that, no.
So, like, this was back when RuneScape was kind of first starting or had been out for a little so, like, how it's kind of a meme, buy free gold?
Yeah.
Or, sorry, to buy RuneScape gold?
Yeah.
So many people were doing, and they thought that because the people that were doing that also encrypted RuneScape, that, this company that they were paying $14 a night was scamming them for gold.
Uh-huh.
So they would just stop processing the transactions that came from JagX. Is it JagX?
I think it's JagX. I don't remember.
JagX or whatever it is. So yeah, a lot of people lost their memberships because of the bank stopped processing, and then like the people noticed that they a membership anymore. They're like, excuse me, what the fuck? And yeah, there was a whole. So yeah,
that is just a weird story of the past.
Yeah, good times.
On that note, how long did you want to go for? Because we've been going for like almost 2 hours 40 right now.
Almost 3 hours. Yeah.
Well, minus the 6 minutes you were gone that I'm cutting, so it's like about 2.5 hours right now. I don't care how long you want to go for.
I mean, I'm good whenever, and shout out. I'm happy with that.
Well,
I've talked a lot of trash, to be fair.
You have, and I guarantee you there's plenty more that we haven't talked about. Like, I guarantee things like Project Melody are going to expand more out as time goes on.
That time I abused a solar company and also kind of...
That was dumb.
That was such a stupid story, but also kind of a good one.
Whoa, I am so tired right now. I don't know why.
See, it's the chamomile tea. It's working.
Oh, I drank that last night, mate. It didn't help with the sleeping. It's helping me now, though.
Just go to sleep now.
Oh, I've got to record today's video as well.
I'll take over the podcast.
You can edit it if you want. It'll take quick for you to render. I'll set up a botnet at uni.
I mean, 1, 2,
That was
3,
a
4.
joke before anyone thinks I'm actually going to set up a botnet at uni.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. I mean, like, you think about it though. We got 4 like relatively new that have got like i5. I think it's either 1 or 2 gig dedicated VRAM, and then some of the old could just use CPU power. And there's also what is equivalent to, I think we have 10 Core 2 Duo in here. So I mean, What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, getting kicked out maybe. Actually, they're probably fine with it. We'll see.
I mean, I'd have to. They still have all like the authentication stuff that the uni uses on them. So just swap out the hard drive OS and you go.
Well, actually, they wouldn't even notice really, because if I'm using a botnet to just render a video, it would go for like half an hour. So they'd be like, "Oh, all the computers are fired up for half an hour." That's nothing weird.
We can also be like, "Oh, you just like turned to do with like any of," because we did that with one of the servers that was in here. It was just an email server.
Yeah.
We turned it on, and as it turns out, it's got a memory bit error.
Ooh.
Yeah, and the other fun bit is, so like we can't actually do anything about it because the case that it's in is like, it's a server case, so you need a key to open it and like get at the internals.
Yeah, but you can use a drill.
I mean, lockpicking 99.
Well, that also works.
But yeah, we fired that up one day. Good meme, and as I turned it on, spiders ran out of it because it had been living under one tier for ages, and now it's in our server. So, along with another thing that we did, we have like, how we have those development Xboxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got all of them out one day and turned them on to see if any of them worked. All of them were red ringed, bar one. The one that wasn't red ringed, we couldn't actually turn on because the power switch wasn't working. So I might have to send a few cheeky emails to people being like, "Hey, do you mind if we, pull these Xbox apart and actually get a few that work?" Interesting times, but
yeah, that'd be better useful than just sitting in that closet.
Well, they're 360s, so they're. With that being said, you could probably go to Cash Converters, get
sell a bunch of red ring Xboxes to cash converters.
Why are they red ringed? Ask no questions.
They don't need to know. You can just sell them.
I mean, spare parts.
Yeah. Look, they're not going to test it before you try to sell it to them.
No, they only test it after that you sell it.
They might ban you from the store after you've sold them 20 red ringed Xboxes.
Nah, there's only like 12.
Oh, only 12.
I mean...
Sorry, 11 red ringed Xboxes and one that doesn't have a power switch that works.
The one that blatantly doesn't work. I need to go... Looking around Cashies is actually kind of... It's especially... It's such a good game. Was this actually legitimately sold here, or was this stolen? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I did have 3 bikes stolen, and I guarantee they popped up at cash converters at some point.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the... So, like, if you ever lose, like, a lap, like, thing, take the serial... Like, make sure you keep the serial number or, like, a model number or something. Because if it pops up at cash converters, they, like, run the model like a lost, like, police lost and found. And if it pops up in the lost and found, well, then they kind of just, goes back.
Yeah, that's what I should have done with my bikes. I should have just got them serial numbered.
Yeah.
It wasn't too expensive to get done. Just didn't do it.
Nah. I like occasionally when I'm walking in the city, like people like they instead of bike locking their tires, they bike lock their teams. And like I've seen people like just like undo the tires and like take everything but like the frame.
Yep.
So it's just been like a bike frame to a fucking like bike stand, and it's like, why though? What can you possibly do with the spare tires? It'd be worth at $5. And it's not worth the effort.
Oh no, I've seen people do that actually own the bike. They'll just take the tires off so no one steals it.
Oh yeah, like I've seen people that own that too. Like one dude I got on the train with, right? He rode his bike to the train station, locked it up, then like undid his front wheel and then like clipped it to his backpack. And I was like, God damn, this is like DayZ all over again. Like, if you ever took a car anywhere, you'd take like one of the front and one of the back wheels off.
Take the fucking steering wheel off.
No, like Armour would allow you to like take engine parts.
Oh, okay.
So you just like you either take the wheels off or you take like the engine parts out so that they won't move and they're not going to go anywhere and people can't steal them.
That's awesome.
Because I tell you what, I've made away with 5. Yeah, I got away. like, because I just used to run around the world by myself and just see what I've stolen 5 armored cars that way because people forgot to take the engine parts or take the tires off.
That's awesome.
Good times. I really wish the armor mod was, still around because we were talking earlier about like the standalone. Standalone's trash, like legit.
Didn't never get better.
No, I mean, like, it's kind of official, but the modders kind of made the game. Like, and to be fair, they've done a better job than the standalone team has, in my opinion. And like the community for the game, it used to be like such a good place. Now it's just, everyone just, kills on sight. No one's about like the human interaction or like the teaming up and co-oping anymore. It's all just, kill on sight and take everyone's stuff.
So
and it's the same with Rust. Rust used to be about the community, now it's trash.
So it's kind of just turned from being like a kind of zombie survival thing into being more like PUBG.
Yeah, basically. And like I said, the same with Rust. And I mean, Rust and DayZ both have the same problem. They spent way too long in early access.
I had a mate of mine who was explaining to me some of the ridiculous stuff that he was doing in Rust. Some like weird electrical stuff he was doing, and then he was talking about how like plumbing is going to be added to the game or something, and he's going to do some more stuff with that. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
why is this game so weird?
Some are like, they added like logic gates. I think they added for electricity.
So are you saying that are you saying that Rust is Turing complete?
Essentially, yeah. Like you can do a whole bunch of stuff like with electricity and
That's awesome.
And it's really, really weird. Like I've even seen, like, it's basically Minecraft now. Like I've seen people make Turing complete computers with redstone.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And another thing that Rust has added is they recently added a whole like array of instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the my YouTube rabbit holes at the moment is just watching people remake songs in Rust. I've seen like Feel Good Inc., Seven Nation Army, because that's easy. But yeah, I mean, like they have a great, like the developers are doing a good job because it's the same developers that made Gary's Face Punch Studios.
Okay.
But like I said, the community around it is just trash.
Yeah.
Like I said, it used to be about, teaming up, taking on a few raids, see if you could shoot down the helicopter that patrols the map and rockets your base. And you used to do that, with not only your friends, but just randoms you found as well. Now it's all about, seeing who can cross-map, crossbow everyone.
Yeah,
which,
it's kind of gross.
Takes the fun out of it for me.
For sure, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, Lord. I don't even know how long I want this podcast to go for. I never set a time limit for it. It's more just like how much time the person has.
I mean, if you want a 12-hour podcast, I should probably actually see what's going.
We'll save that for the when the God Emperor wins again.
Yeah. So I hate social media, right?
Absolutely, I know the feeling.
I'd like never post anything for like fear of people, just absolutely going off at me, because I'm friends with like people on both spectrum, and like I've seen people recently updating their profile pictures to like Bernie 2020, and I've been very just to change mine to Trump 2020 to see who comes out of the.
Well, it's
just as like a joke.
It's not like they have anyone else to go for. Yang dropped out.
Yeah. Rip Yang Gang.
Rip Yang Gang.
But like but at the same time, like I'm so scared that like people will just be like, you fucking racist, how could you? I mean, like, I'd do it for a joke, but not many people would get the joke. And like the last time, like I shared that photo of me and Lewis. That was like most recent thing. Then before that, I think the last thing I posted was like 2018, I think. was the last time I ever put page, I think.
I don't know what I last posted on Facebook, actually. I don't even know if I'm logged in on Facebook right now.
Yeah. Like I said,
let's find out, actually.
I just use it to scroll through and find regurgitated memes.
That's fair.
That's it.
I'm not even logged in.
And I also use it to... I have like a few like PC part shops that appear first in my newsfeed, so if they're doing sales, always a thing I know.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess that's one good use for it.
That's it. I also have like the CFS, because sometimes we have bushfires, so it's nice where they are.
Yeah, the CFS, for anyone not from Australia, is the Country Fire Service. That's basically our volunteer fire force.
Yeah, they're handy to pay attention.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when the fires are within walking distance of your house. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I know that feeling.
It's in the middle of a fire season as well.
Because I was pretty close to the Cuddly Creek fires.
Oh damn! I know, like when that's back, like this is back in December, like before Christmas when it started. I went home, and when I went home, a thunderstorm followed.
Jesus.
And like I got home, and then like a big thunderstorm blew in, and the lightning had started a fire near our town. So like we kind of had to get ready, and like prepare as if it was going to come here. Luckily, it never. But you
definitely can't be too prepared, especially when you are living in rural areas. Even here, though, there were fires up by, what's the other side of the Northern Expressway?
Oh yeah. I saw them on Friday when I came back in. Like I saw a lot of those.
Yeah, because my sister's up by that way in Davern Park, so she was pretty close. And yeah. Luckily, my parents were safe because there wasn't really much going on in Waikery.
Yeah, I mean, like Australia, when it's not bloody freezing, we're kind of fire, literally.
Well, our freezing is like 10 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, but I mean, like we get, or at least where I'm from, we get frost every morning.
Yeah.
And like I used to ride my bike to school, and that like I used to like. My hands would be aching by the time I got to school. My hands would be... But yeah, don't do that anymore.
For good reason, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't go to school anymore, that's why.
Oh, you still go to uni.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's a 5-10 minute walk.
You could be like Connor and do nothing right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's got at least he's got time spent. I just have excuses.
Yeah. Well, he's also doing some art stuff as well on the side and other stuff like that.
I mean, he's doing something, and power to him. I highly enjoy his work, and like even his art stuff.
Yeah.
So.
His channels, we talked about his channel for like way too long. I think like 15-20 minutes. I talked about his art for a while as well, and he did like a fantastic job with the artwork for my channel.
Yeah. I got him like. When, like, for one of the clubs that I manage, I got him, like, I asked him, like, for us, and I'd submit it on his, for him. And, like, some of the stuff he sent me was really good, but he was like, nah, I'm not happy with don't submit that one. This is, like, my idea, but don't submit it. And then he was like, nah, I ended up couldn't be bothered with it because I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just submit the last one you sent me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, as that internet historian video says, any poll is a goal.
Yeah. Well, I think we should probably end it there. I've got other stuff I want to do today. I still haven't actually recorded today's video, so I still need to do that.
Nice.
Plus, it's getting really hot, and I'm wearing track pants right now because it was a little cold this morning. So
yeah, it was. like I walked to uni in like a t-shirt, shorts, thongs, and yeah, it was a brisk walk because it was kind of cool, but like my room, because like when the sun rises, it shines directly in like because my whole room wall, or one of my rooms, is just glass.
Yeah.
So it keeps my room nice, but at the same time, in the summer, not what you.
Yeah, definitely not.
But yeah. Anyway, I better head home now too.
Yeah. Well, anything you want to shout out?
Well, I have my YouTube channel. But if I'm not, uploading there, then I'm sometimes live on Twitch. Or you can just follow me.
Do you want to say the name of your YouTube channel?
SMARTZ921. I'm sure Brody'd be courteous enough to link it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's the same across like most of my platforms: Twitch, Twitter, all that good stuff. I retweet memes mostly. That's
Alright
it.
Then. Well, if there is content up on that channel, make sure you go actually watch it.
There's currently just one meme that I edited on my YouTube. I used to make content, like I said, but I privated.
Yeah, I know the feeling. But if Marty actually gets around to actually making the video he keeps saying he's going to make, then go watch that. Go subscribe.
Videos.
Well, whatever. When you haven't even made the first one yet, we'll get to that point. Then you can decide if you want to make more. When he eventually does that, go watch it, go like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll
be uploading to LBRY as well.
Oh, you are? Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of my strategy to go to YouTube.
On that note, LBRY has a syncing functionality.
Yeah,
so
I've heard you talk about it. It's handy.
So yeah, you can upload to YouTube and then they'll get it synced over. Later in the year, they want to do it backwards though. They want to make it so you can upload to LBRY and then they will sync it to YouTube, which I think is really cool. But for now,
that'll be handy.
But for now, yeah, just YouTube. Then from there, you could get it on BitTube and everywhere else if you wanted to as well. But LBRY, I think, is the best place to be right now. The second biggest place is BitTube. I just don't particularly like BitTube. Besides the fact that it looks like a porn site.
I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere.
For sure. Well, they can hire someone who knows how to use CSS. That'd be a good start.
So, anyone who's watching this and works at BitTube, hit me up.
BitTube doesn't like me. I've talked shit about them plenty of times.
That's one thing I can talk about next time. Hub.
What was that?
Sorry.
You just said... Oh, you said Hub.
Sorry. No, sorry. Pornhub and their meme community.
Oh, yeah, I love that. That is absolutely fantastic.
It's good stuff. I love it, but that's a
topic for another day. We don't want to waste your entire life on just one episode.
Yeah. Not that I have much in my life anyway.
Well, I'm not sure when Marty will be back. I've got a couple of guys I want to bring in. I'm going to bring on... I'll see if Jai wants to come on for next week, so we can talk Snapchat and all that stuff. I've got a mate called Tamor who also runs a YouTube channel. He does same sort of stuff that I do, but on the Windows side, and he does a lot more vloggy stuff as well. So hopefully he'll be good for that. And I've got a bunch of other people, especially stuff from uni. So if Marty does come back on, it'll probably be, I don't know, at minimum 3 episodes from now, but we'll see what happens.
See what happens. And if this video gets
1 like.
No. A reasonable like goal. I will completely uninstall Windows from my laptop and go to Ubuntu and flex on people with Linux.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, no. I'll double down. I'll go Arch.
We go Arch, okay. It's not actually that difficult. I can show you in like half an hour. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I've watched the video.
But
was it Luke?
Yeah, Luke. Luke did a pretty good installation guide. So, yeah, I think that's everything for this episode of the show. I feel like technical difficulty side, a little bit better than the first episode. Also, Marty didn't have to deal with me looking like a ghost, so that's also nice. I'll talk to you about that off camera, but that was fun. So, This was episode 2 of Tech Over Tea. I think that's everything for this time. So I don't know. I still don't know how to end these. Marty, how do you want to end this?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I read every comment. Yeet.
You cut out through half of that, and I love it. Let's end it there.